There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. There goes a sight from my soul. I think a fall angel just walked by. I think a fall angel just walked by. I think a fall angel just walked by. I think a tall angel just walked by. There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my there goes a sight. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my soul.
One, two, three, jump!
Wow.
Chiefs Kingdom. It's time for All Chiefed Up with your hosts, Steve and Mike Williams.
You're listening to All Chiefed Up, the best damn Kansas City Chiefs podcast in the kingdom.
Chiefs Kingdom. What's up, baby? Noah Gray here, tight end for your Kansas City Chiefs. You're listening to All Chiefed Up with Mike and Steve Williams.
Chiefs Kingdom, Chiefs Kingdom. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? If you notice, we don't have Steve with us today. Where's Steve at? Who knows? I'm calling him on the phone. He's hitting the FU button on me. He's sending me on to something else. I guess he didn't want to get up and hang out with everybody on day 3. I don't know what this cat's doing. But anyways, if you guys can hear me, let me know in the chat. Good to see you guys here. It's day 3 of the NFL draft. I'm riding solo for a few minutes till Steve gets up, I guess. I have no idea what he's doing. But we're going to hang out. We're going to do day 3 today. We're going to take a look. We've already got some reports that the Saints have already jumped up to take the first pick in round 4 here with the Bears. They traded for pick 103. They give up 115 and 165. No idea who the Bears are coming up or who the Saints are coming up to get from the Bears. So it's going to be crazy, man. I don't even know. It's going to be a wild day. What's up, Chiefer65, Toss Power Trap? What's up, man? Let's go. Dave McGahee says, good draft so far, in my opinion. Can't wait to see what diamonds in the rough Veach and company go find in these rounds. Good to see you, Dave. First off, good to see you, Chiefer. Yeah, man, this is where Brett Veach usually shines, right here in the later rounds. This is what he does, man. John says, I can hear you, brother. Good to know. Good to know. I usually have a co-host that says, hey, man, your mic's good or your mic's not good. Again, no idea where Steve is. Somebody contact him for me. I can't really do it. Cheever says, I can hear you. Appreciate you, man. DT, let's go. This is where Veach shines. You're right, Julia. Good to see you here. Good to see you. Good to see Dave. Mike is good. Appreciate you, man. Chiefs Kingdom, what's up, brother? What's your thoughts on the SMU guy? That is Rasheed Rice. He's a big guy. He's a big guy. He's got pretty good hands. He only had a drop percentage of 8.3%, I believe, something like that, 8.7. The only thing I've seen with him is he's kind of limited on his route running ability. They didn't ask him to do a lot of stuff at SMU, but it's okay, man. I think he's going to be able to. Andy and them will pull the best out of him. They'll put him in the best situations. I think he's going to be good here. I think he's a big target. He worked with Patrick down there in Dallas for a little bit. He's really good after the catch. Once he gets the ball in his hands, he's good. We posted a clip last night, a short, and the dude catches the ball. He does a spin move, cuts through 3 people, and outruns them to the end zone. And it's like, that's all you need to see, man, and you know why we jumped up. A lot of people are saying we didn't need to jump up. That's probably possible, but if Patrick said go get him, which is what we're hearing, then that's what we did, and they went and got him. John said, I wish we'd gone with Darnell Washington when we moved up. A lot of people like Darnell Washington. I don't know if he fits our scheme so much. He's a big guy. He kind of reminds me of Jason Dunn. I mean, I'm sure you guys remember Jason Dunn. He may be a little more athletic than Jason Dunn. Then again, Jason Dunn scored pretty high on that RAS score. So who knows? But Darnell Washington was getting reported that he's got some knee problems, and that's why he took a free fall there in the draft. So since people didn't know his medicals, I guess Pittsburgh, I think Pittsburgh took him. I think Pittsburgh's probably comfortable with his medicals. Who knows? Reach, what's up, brother? He says, after seeing some highlights on Rice, I'm excited to see what he can do. For sure, man. He put up a lot of big numbers there at SMU. I don't have them off the top of my head. I wish I did. Actually, I do. 96 receptions this year in 2022, 1,344 yards, 10 touchdowns. He forced 19 missed tackles once he caught the ball. So he's like a running back with the ball in his hand. He struggles to separate a little bit versus press, but he's a bigger receiver. That's going to happen. He's got a strong at the catch point, though. And again, a simple route tree there at SMU. It was simple, but otherwise he goes and gets the ball, and he shifts gears as a route runner. He's got elite speed. I think the kid's going to be pretty good. I think Patrick Mahomes will bring out the best of him. Andy Reid will definitely bring out the best of him. John says, I would have preferred Darnell Washington or Saki Ika from Baylor in the 3rd round. You know, not a lot of people are pumped about Wanye Morris. They're just not. They're not. I don't understand it. He's a good swing tackle. He's a depth piece. He can probably play the guard position as well. I think it was a good pick. I don't think they had to trade up to 2 or 3 spots to get him. I really don't. But at the same time, we don't know what Brett Veach and them were thinking. They're wanting to go get their guys. Ika's a big guy, but he plays more of a nose as well. So I don't know. Apparently it just didn't fit him. too much. What's up, Brian? Brian says we need to go get today a defensive tackle, a tight end, a safety corner, a wide receiver, and an offensive lineman. Well, we've grabbed one offensive lineman and one wide receiver. We could double dip, and I don't know if we'll touch tight end or not. That's one I'm still on the fence about. Deep tight end class here. I just don't know if they'll grab one or not. We got a lot of tight end depth, but we shall see. What's up, Trav? Good to see you, brother. Yo, day 3, it's going to be a good day. I'm hoping it's going to be a good day. Who do you guys think that the Chiefs are going to target here in round 4 in the draft? Let me know in the chat what position you think we're going to go. If you think there's a specific player, let me know, man. I'm curious because I am at a loss. This draft feels a little weird to me. Coming as a Chiefs fan for generations, it feels a little off. There's something about it that feels a little off. I feel like we were thrown off on night 1 when we didn't get up the board. Nobody was playing ball. They didn't want to trade with us. Dallas wouldn't trade with us. They sit and took Mozzie Smith, who we were rumored to want. I just feel like it's been a little bit off. But again, Brett Veach, he always has a plan. Even if it's plan B, he's going to make it work. What's up, Vendale? Vendale says, what's up, Mike? I think Steve is doing something strange for a piece of change. For a piece of change, LOL. Man, who knows what this guy's doing? He won't answer me. Should I call him live on air? I should call him live on air and see what he does. Like, he probably answers the phone raging at me, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? You're the one committed me here at 11:45 in the morning on a Saturday. I work night shift. I got about 3 hours of sleep. I'm up. I'm here. Where's this guy at? Who knows? Syracuse Chris, what's up, brother? Good morning. Who do you like the best of the first couple of picks? I think my favorite pick so far has got to be Anudike Uzoma. I think he's going to be good in this Spags defense. I really do. A lot of people wasn't thrilled with him, but I had him mock there, first mock of the season, Chiefs 1.0, all Chiefed Up 1.0. I had him there. We talked about it forever. We eventually changed it out just a little bit because we got tired of mocking the same people over and over and over. But he was the first one we mocked. We knew the Chiefs were interested in him. And also Rashee Rice. Did we have to trade up to get Rashee Rice? I don't know. Time will tell. But I'm telling you, Rashee Rice will be decent in this offense. He will be. I think he does what Justin Ross does. So for all you Justin Ross fans, I don't know where the Chiefs loyalties are gonna lie there. He may come in and steal some thunder from Justin Ross. Justin Ross may come out and do good and keep this rookie on the sideline. So what's up, Dave? Dave says physical dude. He is. He's physical. Yeah, he really is. John says Washington seems like a better blocker and receiver than Blake Bell. Washington could block. He's a big guy. He's a pretty good receiver. He's not bad with the ball in his hands afterwards. So it's just one of those things. I don't know. I just don't think we value tight end as much as other people thought we valued tight end. If we pick up a tight end, it's going to be round 4 on. So today and on is where I believed we were going to do it. What's up, David? He says, do we trade for a veteran receiver? Time will tell, man. Time will tell. Our receiver room is loaded at the moment. We just don't have any spots. We're only going to keep 6 probably. 7 at the minimum. I mean, at the maximum 7. So I would say 6. It's getting tough to even find spots right now. But I don't know. If you're referring to D-Hop, I just don't know. I don't think it's coming, man. I just really don't. We've all been set up for it, and I just don't think it's going to get here. What's up, Kenneth? He says, I'm back for today. Good to see you, brother. You're back. Steve isn't. We don't know where Steve is. He's missing. I'm going to see if I can find him. He might be in a milk cart or something in a few days. If you guys see him, tell him we had a show to do today, and he just totally slept through it, I think. We don't know what he's doing. Let's see. Yeah, man, if you guys are here, hit that like button, hit that share button. I appreciate you being here. It's just me by myself for a few minutes till Steve jumps on. But we're going to have a good time, man. We're going to talk about the draft. We're going to get it going. The draft should be kicking off here any minute. I'm sure they'll open it up. It's 12:04. I've got 3 computers going. I've got my phone going. I'm trying my best. I'll try to get you guys the picks in. I will not be streaming ESPN or anything on the app. They will shut us down. So I can't do that. Can't get to a TV because I got too much stuff to go, but I'm gonna try to get it going, man. We still got people in the green room. We still got some picks we can maybe throw out before even TV shows you guys. So if I can get it going, I'll get it going. What's up, Amelia Garcia? Nice to have you here. Appreciate it, man. The world is a lie. Trust no one, says Brian Parrott. Brian, you're here, man. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Eric, good to see you. He says we're going to clean up on day 3. Hey, man, I have a feeling. Yep, Dave. It's 3 hours, man. It's 3 hours. I'm here. Steve making breakfast. He is not Brian. I don't know what he's doing. He's probably sleeping. This dude, I come on here last night. I'm pulling 3 screens. I'm doing all the work. This guy sits here and bosses me around. And then today, where's he at? Who knows? I have no idea where this guy's at. Just like a guy that says he wants to be in management, right? Always making me do all the work, and he sits back and takes all the money. That's the way it goes. What's up, Ruben? Ruben said, I like all of our picks. So far, man, I don't think we've done too bad. Wanye might be the one guy that I feel we could have reached on just a little bit. But actually, I had him as a round 3 pick. I had him there right when we picked at the end of the round. We traded up maybe 3 or 4 picks. I don't remember what it was. We probably didn't have to trade up, but they wanted their guy, so they went and got him. We have a bunch of draft picks to burn, so who knows? It's just something, man. Julia, what is up? Julia says Pac-Man needs new sources. Pac-Man is a clown, guys. If you haven't noticed, Pac-Man's out here saying Patrick Mahomes ain't no good. He's not accurate. Pac-Man is ridiculous. Like, he needs to be checked for, like, CTE straight up. Veach made a run, says Brian Parrott, at 26 for a reason. Was plan A Kincaid or Anton Harrison? I firmly believe he was going up to get Anton Harrison. I think he was trying to jump Jacksonville with Anton Harrison. I just don't think the reports that he was trying to get Mozzie Smith from the team that wanted Mozzie Smith makes any sense. Nobody does that. Nobody says, hey, Dallas wants Mozzie Smith, so you say, hey, we do too. Let's see if they'll trade him. That doesn't happen. So something about that sounds weird. Night Hunter, good to have you here. It really is. It's not nighttime, though. It is early in the morning. This is the earliest I've been on Saturday in a little while, man. Again, I work 3rd shift, so on Saturday I like to at least sleep till like 1 or 2. Then I get up and go about my day, but I got up at 10:30 this morning for you guys. Went to bed at 7 a.m. I do it for the draft. My partner in crime has decided he doesn't want to get out of the bed, I guess. He won't even answer me. Let's call him live on air. Who's down? If you want me to call Steve live on air and out him right here in front of everybody, let me know in the chat, man. It's going to be hilarious. But we're still waiting for the draft to kick off. I still don't know if they've kicked it off yet. I don't have a TV in front of me. I'm sure it'll start any minute. But we're getting some info if we can try to get it. And we'll see what we can do. It was reported today that the Ravens may not pick up their 5th-year option on Patrick Queen, or he may be going onto the trade block. That's pretty crazy, man. Patrick Queen, pretty solid linebacker. It was also reported today that the 49ers have declined their 5th-year option on their 2020 first-round pick, Javon Kinlaw, defensive lineman. That sounds like a sweet trade partner, to be honest, for Javon Kinlaw. That seems a little interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs don't maybe try that one a little bit. What's up, Beach? Beach says maybe we double dip at 135 for Isaiah McGuire. I tell you, Isaiah McGuire is a hometown guy. He went to Mizzou. A lot of people like him. So it's one of those things where, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I think we got to keep beefing up the defensive line. If we take a few more offensive linemen, I'm down with that one too. That's just the way you win, man. You win in the trenches in this league. You remember when we lost to Brady in the Super Bowl? Why did we lose? We didn't have an offensive line. We lost in the trenches. Their defensive dogs were better than our offensive dogs, and we got pounded. And that's what it is. And then last year, you've seen it. We went out and dominated. We didn't allow a single sack there in the Super Bowl, and we beat up on their big, bad defensive line. So it's whoever wins that, man. It's the same. John throws up some players. The players remaining that he likes. Tommy Adebawore, man, I love him. I am so surprised to see Adebawore on the board still. It makes no sense. I'm right there with you with DeJuan Jones too. I don't know what's going on with DeJuan Jones. I have no idea what's going on with DeJuan Jones. Nobody knows. I've been trying to find out why DeJuan Jones is falling down the boards. He's sinking like a rock. I have no idea. I've been looking, can't find it. Antonio Johnson, Xavier Hutchinson, Lonnie Phelps, Andre Iosivas. The kid out of Princeton's pretty good. If he was to get picked here in the 5th, 6th round, maybe even slide into the 4th, I wouldn't be surprised. Andre Carter II. You know what? I heard a little rumor about Andre Carter out of Army. They said that if he didn't get picked in the first round, it's possible Army will not release him and give him his release to be able to play in the NFL. They may just go ahead and make him serve out his commitment with the armed forces. So that might be a reason. Since he went out of the first round, he might not get drafted. He might just go undrafted. But then again, some team could take a chance and they may go ahead and release him. What's up, JJ? Good to see you here, man. Yeah, we're just trying. We're going. Cheever says call him. Kenneth says do it. Dave says call that man. Okay, let's call him. Let's see what happens. He's gonna hit the FU button on me. That's what he always does. I'm telling you, this dude is a jerk. You ready? Here we go. Can you guys hear it ringing? Here we go. You guys are witnessing this live right now. The Saints are on the clock, says John. Good deal. He's not answering, guys. I'm telling you, he's not going to do it. He's just sleeping. I know that's what he's doing.
Forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
You hear that? I got forwarded to an automated messaging system. That's what's going on, man. That's what's going on. That's what I've been dealing with since 10:30 this morning. He's just told me, hey, man, I'm not interested in getting up and helping you out. You pulled all the work yesterday. I'm going to let you go ahead and do it again. So it is what it is, man. So pick 103. The Saints did trade up. The Saints are going to take offensive lineman Nick Saldiveri. If you have been following the Chiefs, you just know that Chiefs Kingdom loves Nick Saldiveri. Matt from KC Sports Network, he loves him. So he's probably going to be a little angry. But yeah, Saldiveri, he comes out of Old Dominion. Saldiveri's not a bad player. I think he's a project here. I think he can do some good things. I'll go ahead and put it on the screen. Yeah, man, Nick Saldiveri. So it's one of those things where offensive line is going to start taking a big bounce here to start off day 3, because teams know, man, you have to start winning in the trenches. You have to do it. We're going to see a lot of linemen go. I'm pretty sure. And I think that's why we went ahead and we took our guy last night with Wanya Morris. Wanye, I'll get it right. I think that's what they're going to do, man. They had to take him. They felt that it was going to be early. And it was a possibility that they thought maybe the Saints were aggressively calling yesterday to get back in the round 3 to take him. Maybe that was their guy. Maybe they answered the question right there for us, that the Saints in the night trades up, and gets that pick. Maybe they were the ones calling on the phone last night, and the Chiefs got wind of it, and they moved up and got their guy, man. Trav says, Steve is watching on the throne. Dude, he might be. Who knows? And good to see you there, man. He says the FU button. I did. He's been hitting the FU button on me all morning. It's crazy. Chris Wright is here. What's up, Chris? I appreciate you, everything you did for us yesterday, brother. That was awesome. Chris actually called the Wanye Morris pick pretty epic. Syracuse says he doesn't have a personal message set up. He don't, man. He's too lazy. If you can tell, he ain't even up. So why would he take the opportunity to get a phone and set up the message, What's he going to do? What's up, Kip? Kip says, what's up, Chiefs Kingdom? Good morning to start a draft. It's a great morning so far, Kip. If you notice, I'm by myself. The co-host, you guys, when he gets on here, we got 63 in the chat. When he jumps on here, I want everybody to give him so much hell, because he gave me hell yesterday. He's acting like I'm running behind. I'm over here like finding picks. I'm getting info for you guys. I'm taking calls. I'm doing all the work. This guy sits in his little comfy chair and he talks to you guys. And that's all I required him to do. And then he's not going to wake up today. Come on now. It's crazy out here. It's crazy out here in the all chiefed up streets. Jacorian Bennett has now been selected by the Raiders at 104. Dude, he's quick. Jacorian Bennett's fast. I still don't think he's going to be a threat to Patrick Mahomes. They can draft all the corners they want. Patrick Mahomes, he'll eat them up. The Eagles are going to trade up to pick 105 per Ian Rappaport. I don't know if they've announced that or not, but the Eagles will be at pick 105. They're going to trade with the Texans. So the Eagles should be on the clock. I have no idea who the Eagles are trying to bring in. No idea. I guess we're going to find out in just a moment. I'm going to try to update the board for you guys so everybody can see. So we have Saldivari on the clock. He's gone. The Texans traded that pick out, I think. I'm pretty sure. Yep, they traded out to the Raiders. So we'll go ahead and put the Raiders up here. Oh, man. See how much work I got to do? I've got to sit here and do all this. I try to talk to you guys, you know. I'm trying to keep you updated, trying to read them comments, trying to do all this. I got to update all the big board. It just never ends. It's old Mike doing all the work and old Steve taking a nap. That's what it is. So it is what it is, man. I appreciate you guys being here for real. I appreciate it. Texans are on the clock, says John. Awesome. Trav, I like this draft tool. Oh, he likes this draft too. I'm sorry. Font's so little on my screen because I got 3 things going. Ken says the Chiefs have all these picks. Yep, the Chiefs got 134, 166, 178, 194, and 250 today. Brett Veach is going to be busy. He's going to be just as busy as I am. He's probably going to be more busy than I am, but he's got a whole team. I've got a guy asleep, not answering my calls. I'm thinking about calling him again. Let me know if I should. I'm just going to keep calling him as long as you guys want to see it. We'll dial him for 4 hours straight if we have to. I think it's pretty hilarious. Charlie, good to see you, man. He says, I called the Chiefs 31st pick Uzoma. Man, Uzoma was on the radar. Everybody thought they were going to go local. I actually thought Adebawore could have been a sneaky pick right there. Nobody was really talking about him. I kind of thought it was smoke screen season. Veach and them had somebody up their sleeve. Don't know why Adebayore's fallen. Something must have come out medically or something, and he's coming down the boards. It just doesn't make a lot of sense that he's fallen like he has. It was rumored. I think Mel Kiper even said this guy should have been a top 15 pick, according to some of the people. The Eagles draft. I think the Eagles are going to come up and take Keely Ringo, and why wouldn't they? If you were with us last night, you know that we know that the Eagles are the Georgia Bulldogs North, and they said, hey, we don't like to scout in the draft. We're just going to take the best team in college and take all their players at the NFL level. And so this is the third player that the Eagles have selected from Georgia. He will go with Nolan Smith. They took the entire Georgia defense. So if they take Chris Smith, the other safety, later on in this draft, I would not be surprised. They just like those Georgia players. It's easy to take SEC players and just plug them in, and everybody says you win the draft. That's how the Eagles operate, man. That's just how they operate. It's crazy. Brian says, how are we going to penalize them? Sing a song, tutu bad. You know what? I don't know. I tell you how we're going to penalize him. When he finally gets up and gets on here, if he does, you guys just let him have it. Never let it end. Just ridicule him. Tell him he's lazy. Tell him I'm better. Just irk him a little bit, man. Just be like, dude, you don't have the work ethic of Mike. You don't have the drive of Mike. I'm out here I'm putting in the hard work for everybody, you know? What's up, Brent? Brent says, we've had a good draft so far. Excited for today. I think a lot of people are excited, man. Until Steve gets on, I'm not going to be able to keep up with all the picks like I was last night. That sucks for you guys. That sucks for me. I enjoy doing all that. It's giving me a little bit of a break, but I'm just going to hang out and talk to you guys, and I'm just going to take the picks as they come. So last night we were 2 or 3 picks ahead of everybody. We were 2 or 3 picks ahead of ESPN. We were 2 or 3 picks ahead of all the other live streamers. But today, we're not going to be doing that because Mike cannot do all that and talk to you guys too. And I just want to talk to you guys because you guys are here with me and Steve isn't. So you know what? I'd rather hang out with you guys anyway. Cindy, what's up? Good to see you. She says, thanks for the gift of membership yesterday, Chris, right? Chris always handing out memberships, man. He's doing good stuff. We love Chris here. He's awesome. Cindy, good to see you. Good to have you as a member. Hope you enjoy it. We're going to try everybody that's a member. Memberships, I think they start at $4.99. You'll get the Matt Castle membership. It goes up to Patrick Mahomes at the higher level, but you get different things along the way. Here in a few weeks, we're probably going to set up our first members only live chat, live stream. We're going to talk to all of you guys. We're going to answer all your questions. We're just going to hang out with you. And I think we're going to change it to where every single tier actually gets to get in on the initial live stream. And we may just let every single tier always get in on the members only live stream. I don't know if Steve's got it set up that way, but if not, I'm going to make them set it up that way because I think anybody that's a member should be able to get in on our live stream. Whether you're the smallest member or the largest member tier wise, I think you should be included. And you know what? Everybody else gets to come in. Even if you're not a member, you get to tune in like today, and I'll try to get to your stuff. I would say Steve tries to get to your stuff, and yeah, he's not here. He's having a good one. Amani says, did the draft start already? I had work all night, didn't get back until 3 a.m. Yeah, the draft started today. They're going to do the rest of the round. Started about 20 minutes ago. So let me check a little bit and see what has happened. As I took some questions, I'm sure something's happened already. Dude, how crazy, though. Georgia just keeps on. The Colts at 106 will take Blake Freeland from Utah. No, BYU. Sorry, guys. BYU, Blake Freeland. Blake Freeland, man, that was one that people had their eye on. They said the Chiefs would love him. I thought his upper body strength needed a lot of work. It definitely needed a lot of work. He's a good athlete, but he needed a lot of work. Other than that, this is about right. I thought Tyler Steen was better. Tyler Steen went a long time ago, so I guess I called that one. Ruben, what's up, man? Eagles draft every Bulldog in sight. Dude, they sent out a memo yesterday and told everybody not to take anybody from Georgia. That's why Nolan Smith fell in the first round. That's why Keely Ringos fell all the way to the fourth. Yeah, man. The GM over there, he puts out a hit on anybody that wants to take a Georgia guy. Chris says, you demand Mike. I appreciate you, Chris. Julia, Steven is fired. Dude, he should be. Should we fire him? Should I call him back and fire him? I don't know. Night Hunter says, call him again. Let's call him again. I guarantee you I'm getting the FU button again. Why wouldn't I? I'll keep talking to you guys while it's ringing. Where is the bad Williams brother, says VFX. I don't know. We don't know. We're trying to find out. We're going to call him. Steve.
Oh, man.
Hey, are you up?
I am now.
You are now. Hey, you're live. You're live right now. We're calling you live on air. Everybody is going to rail you when you get on this live broadcast, Steve. Hey.
Alarm didn't go off.
His alarm didn't go off, everybody. Okay, well, I'm trying to hold it down. I'm not being able to do picks, so you got to get up and you got to get down here.
All right.
Okay, you guys heard it. He just woke up. When he gets on here, I want everybody to just rail him. This guy didn't get up. His alarm didn't go off. What a likely. This guy says he's in management. You know how many people he's probably fired for that same exact excuse of my alarm didn't go off? And then he's going to have the audacity to come on here 23 minutes right now late. Actually, I was live before 12. He's over a half hour late. This cat right here had the audacity to tell me that his alarm didn't go off. I tell you, Kip says it's not right without your bro. You know what? He may be fired after today, so you better get used to this. It might just be this guy. I tell you, this guy right here. You guys better rail him in the comments. Don't let up the entire day. Drill him. Tell him I'm the better Williams brother. I'm the oldest. I'm the wisest. I'm the coolest. I'm the most informational. Is that a word? I'm the most informative brother. I'm the one that got up and is hanging out with you guys on day 3. So you know what? Everybody better rail him. Rail him. Rake him over the coals today. I don't care what you got to do. Just don't let up on him. This is what he deserves. Okay, 107. The Patriots are going to take Jake Andrews, center. That's a pretty good pick. Patriots are loading up on the offensive line, it looks like. And at 108, the Seahawks are going to take Anthony Bradford out of LSU. Anthony Bradford was a guy that the Chiefs really liked. They've actually talked to him 4 or 5 times. They worked him out a few times. I actually thought Anthony Bradford was going to be a target for us in the 4th round. And no, says the Seahawks. Nay, says the Seahawks. You will not have Anthony Bradford from LSU. You will not do it. Your dynasty will not continue with Anthony Bradford. And I'm kind of bummed about it. But you see that pick right there, you can see that a player like Anthony Bradford, that a lot of people told me 4th round's too early for Bradford. He'll go in the 6th. I mocked him to us in the 4th, I believe. We still didn't get him. He went at the top of the 4th. So you see how the draft boards from different teams are different, and that is why Brett Veach went up to get Rashee Rice. That's why he went up to get Wanye Morris. You never know what the boards are going to look like for other teams. 109 is in. The Texans will take edge Dylan Horton out of TCU. He's a little undersized. Dylan Horton's a little undersized, but I tell you what, he's not bad. He's not bad. It's not my favorite pick in the world. I think it's a little early for him. I think Dylan Horton's probably more of a 5th, 6th round guy. But if you like him, you like him. And that's what I'm saying. You have to do that kind of stuff. If Patrick Mahomes wants Rashee Rice, go get him. If we really liked Wanye Morris in round 3, go get him. You have to do that because somebody will jump you. I really honestly believe the Saints were the team last night that caused us to have to trade up for Wanye Morris. With them trading up in the middle of the night and coming up to get Nick Saldiveri from Old Dominion, that's a tackle that Wanye Morris is better than. So there's no doubt they were probably coming up for Wanye Morris. Brett Veach got wind of it, and he traded it up. And that's what you have to do, man. That's what you have to do. Charlie, what's up? Charlie says, I got 2 picks right so far, Uzoma and Rice. I was hoping the Chiefs drafted them, and we did. Dude, both good picks, man. Both good picks. Jared says, keep up the good work, guys. Seriously, you're doing a great job. Thanks, Jared. I appreciate it. I usually have a co-host. This guy's sleeping. You guys heard it live. You guys got to just drill him. You've got to drill him. Are you guys still doing a show tonight, says Kip. It's possible. It's possible. It depends on how late this draft goes today. If this draft ends around 3:30 to 4, which I don't know if it will, we're gonna go out. We're gonna celebrate the draft. It's been a long weekend, man. I've put in a lot of hours. The other guy's sleeping, but yeah. I promised the girlfriend we'd go out to a nice dinner. We'll celebrate the draft. We'll take a few minutes. If we get back in time, yeah, we may jump on. We may jump on around usual time. I think it was 9 p.m. Eastern time last week. We went from 9 to 11, something like that. We may do it again. I don't want to tell you guys and then not be able to keep up my end of the deal like Steve did last night about getting up and doing the draft, because I don't flake out like he does. And you guys better rail him when he gets on here. Oh, Brent says, this is beautiful. Make Steve drink some mayo and coffee like Will Levis. Guys, when he gets on, somebody get his attention. I don't know how you're going to get his attention, but do it. And you guys, somebody just donate. Donate like $10 or something and be like, Steve, you have to drink mayo and coffee. Go do it right now. Somebody. Y'all just drill him. Drill him. Tell him I'm the man. Tell him I'm the man and he sucks. That'll be hilarious. VFX, Mike puts the will in Williams. Steve has no will. You're right. He has no will to wake up and be part of a beautiful Saturday with the Chiefs going to dominate this draft. Cindy says, always a lurker. Happy to be here. You are a lurker, Cindy. I've never seen you talk to us, but I'm glad you're talking today. It's fun. We like to talk. Yeah, Cindy, how are you? I hope where are you from, Cindy? You may be on one of the states that I always try to fill up my map on. So that would be pretty cool. Charlie says, I was hoping the Chiefs would take DeJuan Jones from Georgia in 3rd last night, but we took Wanye Morris. DeJuan Jones actually from Ohio State. That's probably a mistype there. I'm sure you know that. But, yeah, DeJuan Jones is falling. He's falling down the board, man. Nobody knows. Dave is a new member. He's a YouTube member. Appreciate you, Dave. Man, Dave's going to get in on those chats. Dave, as your first duty as a member today, I ask you to just tell Steve he sucks for not getting up early and getting on the stream. That's what I want you to do. That's my goal, my job for you today, sir, is to just do that. Julia says, members only live stream where chat makes Mike eat something spoiled. You know what? You guys done all that to me, and look who's with you today. Look who's with you. The brother that appreciates you guys and doesn't just sleep through your time, our time together. I just don't sleep through it, like the other one. And you guys are making me drink spoiled milk and stuff. And I tell you, man, thanks, Night Hunter. Mike, you're a trooper. Steve needs to wake the heck up. He does. What's up, T-Bone? Haven't seen you Haven't seen you today. I guess you just now got on here. Then again, I could be behind on the chat. I'm probably behind on the chat by about 45 minutes because why? I don't have any help. This guy's sleeping. But what's up, T-Bone? He loves the Rashee Rice pick. What do y'all think? We love it, man. I'm a big Rashee Rice guy. I thought he was good. When the Chiefs were talking to him, I was super excited. I thought Rashee Rice was more of a mid-third round pick somewhere in that day. I think I had him ranked number 85 or 90 on my big board. So I thought maybe we could have traded up in the third round and got him, but we went up in the second round and got him. And, you know, I'm not even mad about it. If that's your guy, that's your guy, man. That's just the way it is. Boats and Hoes, good to see you, brother. I love the Rice pick. He catches everything. He does. He only had an 8.3% career drop rate. So they said he had a little bit of inconsistent hands. But I tell you, the reason his hands looked inconsistent, he didn't drop a lot of easy ones. He dropped a lot of contested ones because, to be honest, his quarterback wasn't very good there at SMU. Yeah, the ball was thrown all over the place. So I do not in any way blame him for some of those drops. The alarm didn't go off. See, I'm so far behind. That I'm just now getting to where you guys called them. I may just skip up to the draft. So if I miss any of your comments and you want me to reread them, just put them back in the chat. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and scroll to the, I'm going to stay up to date. So here we go. We got Dave with a 10. Steve, you got a Titan player. Am I coding it down on 3 hours of sleep? You know, he's not even going to get on here in time to see this. And that makes me a little sad, Dave. And I'm glad that you told him about it. Okay, let's see how far I fell behind on the picks because, again, I'm doing everything today. So I'm sure I fell behind a little bit. Let's see what we got. Oh, we did. So at 110, the Colts are selecting defensive tackle from Northwestern, Tommy Adebawore. I tell you what, man, that one hurts a little bit. I thought Adebawore was built for the Spags defense. I really did. I thought he was built for it. I think that was a wasted opportunity. I'd have liked to have grabbed him and doubled him up, probably in the third round. I would have probably taken him over Wanye Morris, to be honest. Again, that may have been the last tackle on our board that we felt was good enough to take in this entire draft, and that's why they did it. And you have to make some sacrifices. You can't pick everybody. So it is what it is. The Colts are solidly putting together a pretty good draft, I believe. I think Adebore's got a lot of potential, man. He ran a 4.49 at the combine. That is insane. And the Browns take DeJuan Jones off the board finally with pick number 111. DeJuan Jones is finally off the board. That's insane, man. Man, the fall finally ended. He went to the fourth round. I didn't think he would ever be a fourth-round pick. I thought he was at least a second-round guy, and he did. The Patriots are going to take a kicker. The Patriots with number 112 will take a kicker. They trade up. It looks like they trade up. They traded up with the Jets. They give up picks 120 and 184, and they selected kicker Chad Ryland. Chad Ryland was not one of my favorite kickers in the draft, to be honest. So I'll tell you what, man, teams are reaching. That's what I've seen so far. Teams are reaching. Thanks, John. Just seen that one. I appreciate you. You guys got to have to help me a little bit since I don't have no help from the co-host, the little jerk that is still asleep, the little guy. Garth takes more breaks than Biden. Brian. Hey, man. Steve acts like he's presidential, don't he? He does. He just sits here in his little chair and he smirks and tells me I'm not doing stuff right when behind the scenes this guy's taking naps and vacations and going out to – dude, I had to sit here last night and I didn't even get to eat my pizza that we enjoyed. I didn't eat nothing but a sandwich all day long because I sit here with you guys. And what did he do? He sat in his little chair with his little smirk. And
Shut up.
He bragged about having some kind of steak or something yesterday.
Shut your mouth.
Look who's shown up, everybody.
Shut your dirty mouth.
Steve, the chat is going to rake you today. They've
Look,
already
y'all
told me.
rake me. I don't care. I had to go in the middle of the night last night and pick my daughter up an hour away, so I'm tired.
Well, check this out.
Hey.
Dave drops a 10 and says, Steve, you got to tighten up, player. Hey, Dave, he's seen it, Dave. He's got to tighten up. Tell him about it.
Tighten up? What are you, from Tennessee? We can't be talking about that
look at
kind
this
of stuff.
Cheever says, Steve, it's noon, but my alarm didn't go off Williams. I know. We were talking about how you said you were in management and how many people did you fire for that same excuse. And then this guy's on here telling me about it.
Why do you think I don't do it anymore? Look, I don't
Steve,
care.
You're
I
back.
don't care what any of you have to say.
Scroll to the bottom of the chat, get it going. Just scroll to the bottom of the chat, get it going. And I'm going to get back to doing some of the picks because we're behind because I can't do everything at one time. So I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. I'm going to get back to the picks.
I'm glad you're so awesome, Michael. Let's see.
I don't even know if I set this live stream up right. I don't even know if
I
these
don't
guys
care.
are.
It'll be all right.
I don't even know if you guys are hearing us. I don't know if they're seeing us. I don't even know if we're on YouTube right now. We could be on TikTok or something for all I know. Never even done this.
Oh, you did good, Michael. You did good.
Okay, 113 is in. The Falcons are going to take Clark Phillips from Utah, cornerback. Clark Phillips, he's a good corner, man. I actually thought Clark Phillips would go late second, early third. So the Falcons taking some playmakers out here, man. But I think we're caught up at 113. So let's get back to the chat, Steven. Steven, they said that you may have to take coffee and put mayo in it like Will Levis, and that might be your punishment.
That ain't happening. That ain't happening. I'll tell you what is, though. I bet you. I have not looked at anything. I promise. I literally just woke up and threw my clothes on and came down here. Have the Eagles drafted Keely Ringo yet?
Yep, they just did it.
Shut up.
100%. They traded up and took Keely Ringo.
You're joking.
No, I'm not joking. Why would I joke?
They seriously are drafting the entire Georgia freaking defense. That's all they're doing. They're a joke.
Yeah,
What's
we've been
going
talking
on
about
here?
this. The chat's been lighting them up for it.
Wow. Pathetic. Like my my punctuality. Let's see.
Oh, man. Okay, well, I'm going to get back to see if I can find out some more picks for you guys. Steve, we've been talking about Rashee Rice a little bit, man. What are you thinking about Rashee Rice and Wanye Morris, man? What's your thoughts on those? I think the chat thinks that they're good picks. A lot of people's confused as to why we traded up for them, to be honest. But, I mean, we just kind of settled on if it's your guy, it's your guy, you know?
That's pretty much it. If that's who you know you want and there's a chance that somebody's going to take someone in their position in the next few picks, then you just scoot on up and get them. I mean, what if you wanted Rashee Rice really bad and then someone took him a pick before you because you didn't want to, trade a 6th round pick away or whatever it was. But yeah, Rashee Rice, really do like that pick. Been a target for the Chiefs the entire time. We've talked about that. Big, long. He offers a new element that the Chiefs have not had in a long time, and that is a guy that can play on the outside and loves to play that physical bully ball type kind of thing. He likes contested catches. He actually relies on, high pointing the ball and contested catches and stuff like that a little too much. So I think they'll have to work on his route running and things like that. But, I mean, he worked out with Mahomes. Mahomes liked what he saw, and he said, go get him. So there we are. And then Wanya Morris, I do like the fact that he was in tandem with Trey Smith in Tennessee. So I think there might have been something to do with that. And so he'll be on the same side as the field as Trey Smith again. And I think that he'll be pretty good. He's a little bit of a boomer bust pick, but I think that he'll be okay.
You also missed the Patriots. The Patriots took another offensive lineman out of Troy that they reached on at 107. And the Seahawks took our boy from LSU, Anthony Bradford, at 108. So what I was telling the chat is Anthony Bradford, a lot of people said that round 4 when we mocked him there was a little too high. But here the Seahawks got him at the top of round 4, which proves, dude, draft boards are crazy. You never know where it's coming.
Right.
And Brett Veach thought Wanye Morris is it, man. It's it.
I see that I'm just now seeing that the Colts took Adebawore in the 4th round.
Yep.
That is absolutely insane.
It's a steal,
and
man.
DeJuan Jones to the Browns right after that. So that's pretty crazy.
Those are stills.
Yeah, the fact that Keely Ringo, Adebawore, and DeJuan Jones all just went in the 4th round is a little bit of a head scratcher to me. But, I mean, DeJuan Jones, they said his medicals or whatever, but.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, where's our Killbilly? What's up? I know, that's what Mike does. He's trying to act like he's righteous because he actually woke up before me for once in his entire life. But it's okay. I appreciate him holding it down. I do. He's not going to tell you this, but it's usually the other way around.
It's not. It's not the other way.
Whatever. Look at him trying to keep a straight face. We all know.
It's not.
Hey, Cindy, how you doing? What debut? She said I missed her debut. What did I miss, Mike?
She became a member today. She said she's always here, but she don't really talk. And I said, thanks for talking to us today. I appreciated it.
Okay. Yeah. You should do it more often.
I think she will. I think she will.
See, Brian says I can't have a hat. You want me to go no hat?
Is that the punishment?
If y'all want to look at my beautiful hairline, you can do that. But
You
I
do
figured
know,
you didn't want to.
dude. The Patriots, after taking another offensive lineman, took a kicker. Like they're just having a killer draft out here in New England, man.
They're the Patriots. They also have Mac Jones as a quarterback, so
Dude,
they are what they are.
Have they fell off a cliff since Tom Brady?
Like I said yesterday, it's weird. It's the same. I thought it was same management and everything that
it is.
Won all those Super Bowls.
I tell you
they
what,
don't know what they're doing.
No, it's just Brady held that whole franchise together. Anybody that thought Bill Belichick was a great coach, you guys are witnessing it now.
He's not as great without the referee help of Tom Brady in the fourth quarter, okay?
Some people say the Chief fans that Andy Reid wouldn't be great without Mahomes, and we had to get help to beat the Eagles, and those are sour grapes, bro. Let me tell you something. Chiefs are awesome.
It is.
Andy wins with Alex Smith.
I have a question for you. So, yeah. So Mike's talking so much trash. You didn't even call me until after the stream was live?
You're out of your mind. We've been calling you all morning. I've got look at all these missed calls. Look, and these are all FU buttons. Over and over.
That's not true. My phone was on the charger, man.
Well, it was.
I don't know what was going on. It was literally my alarm was on the screen, but it wasn't making a noise, so I don't know what happened.
The Bears take Rashawn Johnson. A lot of Chief fans wanting Rashawn Johnson. He's now off the board. Are you guys noticing a theme here? Anybody that the Chiefs have been rumored to want to take, you're seeing all the ex-Chiefs GMs and all the ties to the Chiefs taking them.
Imagine that.
For real, man. It's insane. It's just, they're just all doing it over and over again.
So
where we at in the chat, dude? I'm so confused.
Here, I'm good. I got it.
Okay.
Sorry, I was getting ready to look and see kind of what I thought the Chiefs were going to do,
Oh, you're good.
Night Hunter says, time for the mayo and the coffee. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I can't do that.
Do it.
Kip says, about time, Steve. Nice to see the bros back together. We're back. Sorry about that, fellas.
Packers at 116. Packers at 116 is going to take out Auburn defensive lineman edge Kobe Wooden. Kobe Wooden is a very polarizing player, man. I had Kobe Wooden going round 4, round 5. So this is about what I thought. A lot of people thought Kobe Wooden was going to get drafted way up in the second round. I thought that was a little crazy. But the Packers do take him. That's a perfect Packers player, man. Packers are always reaching on people, so I'm sure their fans are going to love that one. Sorry to interrupt, but that's the latest.
Man, I'm having a morning. My contact lens just fell out. So if you saw me digging in my eyeball. Let's see. Chat. I'm trying to catch up the chat real quick. Kenneth says Chiefs need to look at some special teams ability help in the later rounds. Yeah, I think they will. I think somebody you could look at right here in the 4th round that could be a little bit of a sleeper pick would be Noah Sewell, the linebacker, if he's still on the board. As long as he didn't go off the board today.
He didn't.
I haven't got to dig into it too much. But the Chiefs pulled him in. Where did he play at? Oregon, I think.
Yep. Noah Sewell to Oregon
yeah.
with DJ
he would
Johnson.
He would be a good special teamer. So that's a big possibility. Let's see here. What does Mel Kiper have as his best available right now? Let's go look. Henry 2020.
Tyler, what's up, brother? He says A+ for the Chiefs, no cap. So far, I like our new wide receiver. Hey, man.
I like it.
A lot of people say A+. I think I'm on the fence right now. I think I'm on like a B. The only thing I say is I think we moved up a little early, but at the same time, again, the only thing I would have traded out is I would have double dipped to the defensive line. I'd have took Adebawore over Wanye Morris in round 3. Again, Wanye Morris could have been the only tackle that we thought was fit our system, and that's why they did it. So they may think it falls off a cliff afterwards. So who knows, man? But yeah, I'm with
Man,
Kip.
so
They just couldn't afford all 10 picks, so they had to move up and get their guy.
I'm just gonna throw this out here real quick in between you taking the chats, but there are so many names that have been linked to the Chiefs, especially by Chiefs Kingdom, that are on Mel's top, say, 15 players right now. It's unreal. I'm just gonna read them off, and you'll recognize the names. Tyler Scott, wide receiver from Cincinnati. Charlie Jones from Purdue. Got A.T. Perry from Wake Forest. Carter Warren, offensive tackle from Pittsburgh. Daniel Scott, safety from California. Jalen Duncan, offensive tackle from Maryland. Josh Wiley, Cincinnati's tight end. Let's see, Jaron Hall, quarterback from BYU that Mike thinks that we're going to snag up. Saidi So, is that how he says his name? Offensive guard.
He's off the board. He just
Michigan.
now went. He went to the Patriots. That's a perfect Patriots pick.
Oh, that's the one you said. Yes. Okay.
Nope. That's a different one. That's Jake Andrews from Troy. They're just out here taking all these offensive linemen from small schools.
What are they doing?
That's just what they're doing. That's what they always do.
Whatever. Xavier Hutchinson's still hanging around. That's another guy that I thought maybe would have went in the second, third round that's still hanging around. It's a big boy. He's got his issues, though. He's a little slow. But he would be a pretty decent receiver.
He's just a little guy.
He's just a little guy. Syracuse Chris, what's going on? He says Wanya can work on both sides and worked with Trey before. We will see. Rice, I think, will be a big part of the over the middle third down plays. Yeah, I think you're going to see a lot of, believe it or not, Sky Moore receptions on third down this year. I mean, if he's taking that Juju role where he's just finding a soft spot in the zone and catching a pass, he might be the guy. I think that you'll see Rashee Rice worked in slowly. He might get a little more work than, say, Sky did last year. But I think you might see him doing, he could play outside. They can move him around anywhere they want to. So that's the beauty of Rashee Rice. So I do like the Wanya pick, though. Did he really? Okay. Yeah, you just said that.
Sorry, I didn't want to take off.
Are you back to being a pick ahead of ESPN and we back in the game?
Yes, we're back in the game because Steve showed up. I couldn't do it early. I just had to talk to people and try to just go. We were actually a pick behind, but I was trying to keep up with everybody. But we're good.
I made everybody be a pick behind. It's all right. I'm sorry.
Man,
it's early fourth round, and no one cares about these crappy teams anyway.
We
all know what they're waiting for.
Washington's on the clock right now. We all know Washington's going to reach. They have reached so far in every round in this draft, dude. It's insane.
Julia says, Steven wakes up like I do, straight attitude. I try not to, but when you get harassed awake, it tends to come with the territory.
So you had to drive all the way to get Maddie?
Yeah, I had to go get Maddie last night. Yeah. So my daughter lives an hour away, so I had to go get her pretty late last night. And then it's a time zone change. Yeah. So it's just, I don't know, it's weird. Either way, I'm experiencing cognitive decline, and that's true. That's been going on since age 30, so I'm 8 years into cognitive decline. Brian Parrott, you are correct.
The Commanders are going to take Braden Daniels, offensive lineman out of Utah. You heard it here first. Braden Daniels.
Look, Cole's in the house. He says Brian Parrott's here. Those two are buddies.
They're something, aren't they?
They're buddies. I've noticed this. What's going on, Cole? We're doing good, except for oversleeping a little bit. But been enjoying the draft.
Is Cole and Brian Parrott the same guy?
Oh.
No. Is it? Is Cole Brian Parrott? Is Brian Parrott Cole? I've never seen you in the same place.
It's that meme of Spider-Man where they're both pointing at each other.
I've never seen you two at the same time in person. I don't know.
Yeah, see, Brian Parrott was being mean to me earlier. He was telling me that I didn't deserve a hat. And
yeah, man.
Like
I tell you.
cognitive decline.
They're trying to make him drink coffee with mayo in it.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. I don't do those things. Mike might try it for you.
I don't know about it. I do not know about it.
The answer to this question, Brian Parrott, is yes, you
The
can.
Vikings. Vikings are on the clock. Vikings are on the clock. Let's do some digging.
Jeez. They're still getting me. But you know what? It's okay. I deserve it.
The Chiefs
Y'all
are
can talk
moving up.
trash.
Chiefs are trading up with the Vikings right here.
Uh-oh.
The Chiefs are trading up.
Attention off of me.
It's happening. The Chiefs are
Thank you,
moving
Brett
up.
Veach.
The Chiefs are moving up. That is confirmed. You heard.
Are they
it
going
here
to double dip
first.
at wide receiver and take Tyler
The
Scott?
Chiefs are moving up. The Chiefs
Charlie
are moving up.
Jones? A.T. Perry.
I do not know exactly who they're working on. I'm trying to find out. We're trying to find out here.
If I had to give my best guess right now, being half asleep.
The Chiefs are on the clock. Who did they move up for? On the big board, we have what is my big board right now? Luke Whippler, interior lineman, Chris Smith, Georgia, Antonio Johnson. Surely they're not coming up for that. Are they coming
him?
up for a tight
A lot of people
end?
want him. No, who? Antonio Johnson, safety. A lot of people's been talking about him. I doubt they're coming up for, I don't know, Tyler Scott, possibly, if they want to double dip at receiver.
The Chiefs have been keeping these picks close to the vest.
Yeah.
When they're trading up, they're not getting out. Green Room does not know. Again, I don't know if are they doing a special announcement on TV? Anytime they do a special guest announcer, they hold it close.
I don't know.
It's been rumored.
Isn't James Dry supposed to do something today?
He's supposed to. The Chiefs are going to trade up and take Kamari Connor, defensive back. I'm pretty sure he is a safety / corner out of let me think. Virginia Tech off the top of my head. Virginia Tech is who I'm thinking. Kamari Connor. He was linked to the Chiefs in the 7th round. So the Chiefs again reaching on their guy, man. That's who they wanted. You heard it here first. It's Kamari Connor. And I'm right. He's out of Virginia Tech. That's the guy they took. That's who they wanted. Again, does this feel like plan B? Again, what? No.
Yes.
Kip Carnes says it's a corner or a safety. Chris Wright saying KJ Henry. It's Kamari Connor. He's 6 foot 202, 31 3/8 inch arms, a 9-inch hand. His athleticism score was 16th overall at the combine. His production score was 31st overall at the combine. His total score was a 66, which ranked 29th at the combine. He runs a 4.51. He has a 40-inch vertical. He bench pressed 225, 20 reps. It says he's a round 6 draft projection, and we traded up at the top of the 4th to get him. He takes bad angles. He doesn't tackle too well. He lacks ideal burst. He's not very fast, but he is able to line up in the slot over tight ends, and he's got pretty good eyes. Other than that, he's a 4-year starter and a 2-time captain. So the Chiefs liked him.
Well, the question once again is going to be, why in the hell did you feel the need to trade up to get Kamari Connor? Because there wasn't nobody touching him in the 4th round, right? Like, couldn't be. I mean, that's what you would think. Like,
Right.
But maybe there was, for some reason, another team out there. Did the Patriots have another pick? Because they like to reach on guys. Maybe they were going after him. This is one of those picks. Like I'm not going to get
Yeah, this is
really,
Steve's Josh Williams pick, Brian
No.
Cook pick of last year.
Brian Cook was a better pick than this one, so we'll leave it at that. But we do need a help at safety, just some depth there. But it's kind of strange to me that they would prefer him over Antonio Johnson from Texas A&M. Okay, what I was going to say.
The very next pick, the Jets are going to take Carter Warren out of Pittsburgh, which was another Chiefs guy. The Chiefs actually were interested in Carter Warren. Didn't hear a peep about Kamari Connor. And there it is, man. Brett Veach and the Chiefs holding everything close to the vest here. They really are.
Man, it's just so weird because I don't know. Like I was saying, this is kind of one of those picks last year where they took, some people like taking, um, what's his name you were just talking about, Brian Cook in the fourth round. The kind of a little of a head scratcher last year. Ended up being a good pick because he's going to end up taking over that Juan Thornhill row. And then the picks like the million cornerbacks, you're sitting there like, why is he taking Jalen Watson? Why is he doing this? Just I'm not going to question it this year. It is what it is. Like we're taking a seventh rounder in the fourth round.
Yeah,
Amari Connor.
I'm curious to see what we gave up. I'm curious to see. Nobody's reporting what we give up to get him. Nobody's has that yet. Somehow on Twitter the Chiefs are trending, but not just Chiefs, the Chiefs. So that's a lot of outside non-Chief fans tweeting about us, and no doubt they're all saying, "Who in the hell is Kamari Connor?"
Right.
That has to be what they're doing. The Chiefs are kind of we talk about it. We've kind of took the New England Patriots route. So here in about 10 years, if we lose Patrick Mahomes like they lost Brady, we could start drafting offensive linemen out of no-name schools over and over again. That's kind of what it's feeling like, but it's okay. Kamari Connor, he may be okay. I'm going to say he comes in and he competes right off the rip for at least special team stuff.
Right. Kip says Chiefs like taking captains of their team. That's true. That's something you can look at when you're trying to figure out Chiefs draft picks because they like to do that. On the Money says good stream, but I think the Chiefs are having a bad draft this year. How you doing? Welcome. I don't think they're having a bad draft per se. I think this pick right here is the first one that really makes you stop and be like, what in the hell's going on? Like the first three made total sense and you felt good about it. This one is where you're like, man, there were some really good players on the board, and y'all just reached 3 rounds for a safety.
I tell you though, round 2,
and they traded
round 3, and round 4, all trade ups. It's, I mean, I guess they can't afford all the picks, so they're just.
Well, I understand
trading
that,
them
but
up.
why would you trade up for a guy that you could have sit 3 rounds later and got? Everyone's going to have that question.
If you guys see me putting this on the board, Kamari Connor was my 200th rated player in this draft. The Chiefs, Chris Wright says they give up 134 and a 5th round pick next year to come up and get this guy. So we give up a pick this year and a pick next year to get a guy that NFL.com ranked late 6th round. I had him rated number 200. Let's hope Brett Veach and the coaching staff, which I'm going to tell you right now, they're smarter than I am. They're smarter than NFL.com. But as a talking head analyst from the outside perspective, that's a head scratcher. That's a head scratcher to give up that much to come get a guy that I thought would have been there in the 6th.
100%.
I
can't figure that one out, guys. But so what do we got? What do we got next on the agenda here? We gonna take a high schooler? Do they allow that?
I don't know where we're going. It's getting wild out here, man. I told you it's gonna be a wild day. It's gonna be a wild one.
Well, this one it's just very, very confusing for the simple fact that they traded up for this. Like, what? I mean, it makes you wonder what these guys actually know that we don't. Like, because I mean, would they really? You have to think. Is there any sense in trading up to get somebody if they absolutely know no one's taking them? They have to have a hunch that this guy's going around this time. It's the only thing that makes sense to me.
Well, I'll tell you what. The little inside info. They put these players into draftable clusters. They put them into tiers, and they say, look, at the top of the 4th round, this many people are draftable. The bottom of the 4th, this many people are draftable. Kamari Connor must have been at it looks like to me he was probably in their round 3. He was probably late round 3, and when he fell into round 4, they said, hey, let's trade up and go get him. This is a guy we probably would have took late round 3 if we'd have sit without trading up for Wanye Morris. I think that's had to have happened. I don't think they say, oh, he's early round 4, let's go get him. I think in that case, they'd have let him slide and see what happens. I think they had Kamari Connor rated around 3. He was graded round 3. You're going to hear them come out today. They're going to introduce Kamari Connor, and you're going to hear Brett Veach or whoever takes the mic for the Chiefs. They're going to come out and say Kamari Connor was a guy high on their draft board, and they went and got him, and they seen him. I'm telling you right now, they had him pick a round 3 grade easily is what they give him. Why? We don't know.
Well, this What this does is show you that you have no idea what they're doing for the rest of this draft.
Oh, 1,000%.
That just set the tone for the rest of this draft. It went from being pretty predictable as far as what position we're going to take and who we're going to take to you might as well just
Hey, I'll give people
throw a dart.
I'll give a few guys in the chat credit, a few guys and gals. A few of them said it would be a safety, or Kip Carnes said I would say corner or safety. Kip was right on it. I don't know if that's the corner or safety I would have taken right now.
Check this out. You could have traded up 8 more picks and got Keely Ringo or something like that.
Yeah, you would have essentially given up. I don't even know if you'd have give up much more to go get
right.
that.
That's what I'm saying. So what, man? It's a mind-boggling head scratcher. That's for sure.
Here, if you guys can see the board in the middle, I had Chris Smith, free safety from Georgia, Antonio Johnson, A&M, Darius Rush, Jalen Jones at corner. We had Jamie Robinson from Florida State, Corey Trice from Purdue, Ronnie Hickman, Daniel Scott, which we spoke to from Cal, who was the team captain that we spoke to, Brandon Joseph for Notre Dame. Look at all these names, man. Trevius Hodges Tomlinson from TCU, Caillou Blue Kelly from Stanford. So many good names out there, and they come up for Kamari Connor. I don't know, man. We're going to see. This is one of those things where you just got to trust Brett Veach and hope it works. I'm sure we'll see In Veach We Trust 3,000 times today, so I guess. Julia says she just thinks Veach is shedding picks. Possibly, but when you start shedding next year's picks too.
Yeah,
now,
what are you doing?
Yeah, now I'm not loving it. I'm not loving it when you start shedding next year's picks.
Yeah. Robert Denman, what's going on, Robert? He says, great players. This is a better draft than you think. I think so far it's been a really good draft. This is the first pick that really makes you stop and be like, man, what the heck is going on? But, I mean, Brett Veach tends to do that every year. So far, so good when it comes from that. So, Daniel says you can trust that Veach lost in the first round when he screwed up and not getting Zay Flowers. I'm sure Mahomes was really happy about that. Actually, Daniel, Mahomes was really happy about getting Rashee Rice because that's the receiver that he wanted. So I think he wanted him over Zay Flowers. So I don't think that Mahomes cares too much. I think Zay Flowers was good. He could have been good with the Chiefs. You probably won't hear a whole lot about him in Baltimore, more than likely. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. He also says without DeAndre Hopkins and McKinnon, the Chiefs are going nowhere fast. The Chiefs are still going to win a Lombardi if they have neither of those players.
Right. Okay, we had some picks. Jacksonville at 121 took Ventrell Miller, linebacker out of Florida. Arizona at 122 takes John Gaines, guard out of UCLA. Seattle is on the clock, but their pick is in right now. Seattle will select defensive tackle Cameron Young from Mississippi State, and that puts the Ravens on the clock right now. Still, Ventrell Miller was not projected to go this high. Cameron Young was not projected to go this high. John Gaines, somewhere close. He was around a 5th-round selection for me. So still, I have noticed a big theme in this draft, and it is that all the analysts and all of us watching film, I don't care if it's Ryan Tracy, I don't care if it's Daniel Jeremiah on the NFL Network, everybody has been off on some of these projections, and we're seeing so many reaches, it's not funny. So this has been a weird year. I don't think it's been this bad since the COVID year of 2020.
Yeah. Hefe, what's up, my man? This is exactly where I'm at with this. We all said the same thing last year. You just got to roll with it. Obviously, Brett Veach knows what's going on a lot more than we do. So, yeah, we can be confused all we want about it. But
hey, it's fun to be confused a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm confused.
What did you expect? Did anyone in this chat expect to understand fully every pick of the draft? Because if you did, with Brett Veach as our GM, then you're just, living in a fantasy land. Brent, what's going on, my man? It says it was only a future 5th, and we have another one next year, so I'm not worried about it. So we have 2 5th-round picks next year?
I haven't looked. I do. The Ravens just took at 124 edge Tavius Robinson out of Ole Miss. That to me is a pretty good pick. Again, the Ravens always put together solid drafts. It makes me sick, but they got a good drafting team, man. I'll give them that.
Yeah, it doesn't do them a whole lot of good because they pay.
They don't have the coaches
running,
to develop it.
Yeah, that, and they pay running backs a crap ton of money. Them and the Eagles like paying running backs to play quarterback. I don't understand that logic, but they're both giving it a go. Amani says, with all due respect, who is Kamari Connor? You and everybody else, brother. You're not the only one. I promise you that a lot of people did not know who he was. Hefe says, let's see, our picks last year worked out. We'll be cool. Yeah, I think everybody just, I don't know. You never know what you're going to see in these drafts, especially late. Like I said, the only thing that this did was set the tone for the rest of the draft. You have no idea what's going on. Deal with that right now and just brace yourself.
Yeah. We take it. We think that we have a good finger on the pulse of what we're going to do. And then Kamari Connor gets drafted and you say, this is what I'm doing with my draft board. You ready? The draft board's just getting like wadded up in a piece of paper and we're throwing it.
Micah, what's up, Micah? He said, I just left to watch some Kamari Connor highlights, and he is a huge hitter and solid special teams player at least. So, yeah, I would suggest you guys go give the guy a shot before you actually just completely bow out on him. But that's what I was thinking, too. He's probably somebody that's going to be a special teamer and things like that. But it's so strange to me when teams start going after, like, special teamers in the 4th round. It's like, it seems a little early for that. But, you know,
dude,
it is what it is.
I didn't watch a lot on Kamari Connor. Didn't watch a lot. But what I will tell you is that I felt like he's more comfortable in zone settings than he is in man-to-man, which is a little weird for a Spags pick. He can play nickel, and he's a true safety. That's one of the things. Like, he is a true safety. He will hit you. The guy just said that. He went and watched some highlights, and he'll hit you. He will hit you. But to me, he's a step slow. You can see the speed on the field. I think he was clocked at a 4.5 something, and you would say that's not that slow, but you can see it on the field. I don't think his play speed was there. Maybe the Chiefs just want another guy they can bring down in the box to help with the run game. That might be something they put in on running downs. They put him down in the box and play him like that, that extra linebacker. That's also possible. Let me find his size again. 6 foot 202. So he's a pretty big guy. He's almost the same size as Thornhill was to the T. So, I mean, we'll see. I'm not going to write him off just yet. It wasn't one of my favorite guys. I had him as a late round 6, early round 7 grade. So it seems a little early, but I tell you what, Virginia Tech's a good football program, and it is what it is. We'll see. I'm not going to write him off just yet.
So this Daniel, you're having a complete meltdown today, brother. It's okay. You can get it together. Trading Hill was a mistake. It was not a mistake. You can't pay a selfish, ridiculous, like, prima donna that much money to play on your team. Because what's he do? He just runs around running his mouth all the time, and he's talking about retiring in 2 years anyway. No one cares what he's doing. And he also says the Chiefs are scavenging. Daniel, you got to get it together, bro. Go take go take 10. Go splash some cold water in your face. Look in the mirror. Remember who's been to 3 of the last 4 Super Bowls and won 2 of those, and then ask yourself if you're making any sense right now.
Hey, Veach says Veach may have slept in, thought it was the 7th round. Did he pull a
Veach
Steve?
was with me.
He pulled a Steve. Kip says, that's why I find it funny trying to mock Chiefs draft picks. If we didn't just do it just because we were bored and wanted to, like, throw around some content and mock for you guys, like, I don't even know if I'd try it, to be honest, because Brett Veach is
we
crazy.
always try it anyway. We've always have, but Brett Veach is the hardest one to pinpoint because he does some odd things, like taking Kamari Connor in the 4th round on a trade up. So you never know. It's very hard to pinpoint. So, like, that's what makes it all the more impressive when you actually hit some Brett Veach draft picks. So, like, hitting a few last year was pretty impressive.
Right. Daniel, it's not about the round they're taking, it's about the quality. Of course. Again, I just said a lot of talking heads, a lot of things. We review film, but we review film looking at it from an outside perspective and not exactly what the Chiefs may want to do this year. They may want to do something completely different. They're going to grade things completely different. And that's why you don't freak out. Pacheco was quality, obviously. Also, says Daniel. Again, we had Pacheco's around 4 grade last year, and we got him in the 7th. So as many people as we thought we stole last year, maybe we think we reach on them this year. Let's just hope in the end they all come out to be quality football players. That's all you can hope for. That's all you can hope for.
Absolutely.
Brent says, is Daniel a Chiefs fan? I don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, he is. He is. He said he don't like the way the Chiefs shop. It's okay. I mean, hey, it's okay. You're allowed to get frustrated with this. Like all actual Chiefs fans, more than likely, someone that gets upset about the way the draft falls or doesn't like something that's going on is normally more of a fan than the people that are just very, very passive about it. And just like most of the time when you hear the people, it's just like, I don't care. In Veach we trust. Like, they're probably not as into it as the person that's a little mad. I'm not saying that's always the case, but that definitely sometimes is the case.
Hey, the
Chargers
took another wide receiver. They took Darius Davis, and the Browns have selected the Missouri defensive end, Isaiah McGuire. Isaiah McGuire's off the board at pick 126. So that's a few updates.
The Browns. Okay.
That is a few updates.
I see Chris Wright still handing out them memberships. Look at him go. Chris, I'm surprised you beat me here. You were out having a good time at the bar last night. I figured you'd, wake up about 7 p.m. Chiefs Live says, I like the Connor pick. Here's why. Connor can play as a big slot and guard tight end, and I think he will play that tight end eraser role for us. Yeah, he very well could. We haven't had like a really good tight end eraser since Eric Berry. So if you notice, a lot of teams, that's usually their target when they're playing us. Like we've had to deal with Dawson Knox when we're playing with the Bills, getting, looking better than he actually is. And even when we played the Chargers, who was the old guy they had in last year? Like who was it that they had playing tight end for them last year?
The old
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, he's not old, but it's just like somebody that should not be tearing you up, and he was killing us. Yeah, we have trouble with tight ends, so that's a good point. Chiefs.
No, that's exactly Kamari Connor. I think he's a big body. He's physical. He's not the fastest, but if you're going to put him over a tight end, he's at 4 or 5. You're going to run with a tight end. You're not going to have many tight ends over 4 or 5. So I think that's exactly what his role is. He's going to come in and do that. He's going to play some special teams. That's what this guy is. When you're the Super Bowl champs and you're as deep as we are, you can take special teams players in round 4. You can trade up for them in round 4, I guess. That was our logic. So it's fine. We'll be fine. Everybody's going to live.
Yeah.
He's probably going to make a few plays in camp, and everybody's going to love him. He'll be a fan favorite.
Gonna love him.
He'll be a fan favorite before August.
Hey, Chris says there's 81 in here. Let's get to 100. Smash that like button. If you guys have not hit the like button yet, make sure to go smash that like button real quick. If you're new to the channel, welcome. It's a good place to be. Hit that sub button if you're a Chiefs fan, you love Chiefs content, and you want to be in a good Chiefs community here in the chat. So make sure to get that done.
The Jaguars have traded out of their pick to the Saints. The Saints are coming up again. The Saints are being very aggressive today. They traded up very first pick of the draft here in the 4th round and took Nick Saliveri. So I wonder who they're coming up for this time. Steve, we were talking. The Saints took the very first pick in the draft today. They traded up, took Nick Saliveri, the offensive tackle from Old Dominion. So I come up with a theory that maybe the Saints were trying to move up the draft board last night, and the Chiefs caught wind of it, and they thought Wanye Morris was the target, and that's why they moved up to try to see if the Saints couldn't jump him.
Well, I mean, I think that I don't know about this Kamari Connor one.
The Saints will take Jake Hayner, quarterback out of Fresno, I believe. Jake Hayner is one of my sleeper quarterback picks. That's a good pick right there. He's going to sit behind Derek Carr for a year or two. I like it.
Yeah, he's good. I don't remember what I was talking about before Mike cut me off, so we'll just leave it there. The trade up. Yeah, trade up for Rashee Rice made sense. Trade up for Wanya Morris makes sense. I feel like they knew something was going on with that. Trade up for Connor does not make sense, but you never know. They know more than we do. So it's a possibility. Beach says with the LA Sparks taking 2 wide receivers, Keenan Allen might be a cap cut. Yeah, they're trying to get rid of Keenan Allen. He's getting old.
I think so too.
He's annoying. His face is weird to look at, and there's just nothing cool about him at all.
And since you said that, that'll be the receiver Brett Veach brings in as a veteran.
Well, I'm still going to say he's an ugly jerk.
He
Joe
does
says,
have an
"Up, guys?
attitude, don't he?
Have to admit, my initial response to the Chiefs picks was a little meh, but after reading more about the players and considering how they'll fit in, I totally get what Veach is doing." What's going on, Joe? Good to have you here. Yeah, I mean, they have not taken any picks where you're just going to be like, whoa, like other than Kamari Connor. I mean, he gave you that wow factor, didn't he? Because you didn't expect him to go to the 7th round.
Oh yeah,
But,
Kamari Connor, baby. Wow, baby.
But no, they're doing what they're doing what they need to be doing to plug in the holes in the roster. They're being smart. They've took good players so far. So I mean, probably nothing to party about, but nothing to be upset about either. I think it's been a pretty good draft. I had them at A- last night.
Guys,
Oh
the
my
Eagles have made a trade.
Another Georgia player.
Yes,
Is there
but
any
this
left?
time
Nuh-uh.
they're trading for the Lions running back DeAndre Swift, another Georgia player. Are you
Are you
kidding?
kidding?
Me? No, it's been reported by Ian Rappaport right now. Breaking news. It has not even been out for 10 seconds. They are trading for DeAndre Swift, another Georgia player. I guess they run out of players to pick in the draft, so they're starting to pick them off rosters. This is insane,
Man.
guys. This is insane.
Dude, I'm telling you, something is going on with that team. Like their management is so bad that they're just like, we don't know what to do. But the Georgia Bulldogs are good in college. So if we just get all their players, and they're older now, they must be good in the pros. Graduated high school with honors. That GM did.
Dude,
Valedictorian.
This guy's just out here. He's just out here just taking straight Georgia players from everybody. Like, what's going
Look,
on?
I'm just going to say this.
Do we have any
I'm
on
gonna
the
say-
roster? Like, they might try to trade us.
I'm going to go ahead and say this. That's embarrassing. I don't care if you were in the Super Bowl last year. I don't care if they're good players and you're making good moves. Stop. It's embarrassing. You look like a fool. Like, good God, what are they doing?
Dude, it is kind of embarrassing. It looks like you don't know
It
what you're
is.
doing, and it looks like
Exactly.
it's like if I took over. It's like if I took over the Chiefs, and my favorite team in college was the Kentucky Wildcats, and I just go draft Will Levis in the first round, and and I'm just trading for all these UK
Jake
players.
Hayner, just real quick, Jake Hayner looks like a complete cannibal. He looks like he eats people. Like, no
What?
doubt about it. His face is terrifying. They just showed him on ESPN, and he looks like somebody that Dexter on the TV show would be after. Because this guy eats people. 100%. Jake Hayner, you heard it here first.
Jake
Hit that like
Hayner.
button for Jake Hayner.
Jake Hayner, the cannibal. What? What is happening?
He looks like a cannibal. Look, I'm finding his face, and
I'm
we're gonna
finding it
pull
right
it up.
now.
No, I'm doing it. I got this. Let me show you what a cannibal looks like.
Oh my gosh. This guy out here accusing people of cannibalism. That's crazy.
What?
This guy loves cannibals.
No, I don't. But I mean, that's what this dude looks like, and it's creeping me out.
The Rams, not to be outdone by Jake Hayner, have selected Stetson Bennett. Stetson Bennett. They were saying Stetson Bennett would go undrafted. The Rams have taken
Nah.
Stetson Bennett. I think that's not even too bad of a pick, to be honest.
Yeah,
in round
he's a
four,
good player.
It's a bad pick in round 4. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but I don't think he would have made it much further. To
guys,
be honest, I think he'd be a good backup.
I just want you guys to think about this for a minute. We're in round 4 of this draft. Did anybody think that Keely Ringo would go in the same round, and Adebore and DeJuan Jones and Clark Phillips would go in the same round as Sidney So, Kamari Connor, Ventrell Miller, Darius Davis, and Stetson Bennett? Like, this is the craziest draft. I don't remember a draft this crazy in a long time. So this has been entertaining, actually. It's been entertaining, to be honest. Put it in the comments how entertaining you think this draft is. Like, did anybody see this coming? Did anybody see DeJuan Jones getting drafted in the same round as Stetson Bennett? Like, come on. This is insane.
Man, I'm
Daniel is
trying.
still
I'm trying
having a
to.
meltdown. Daniel's still having a meltdown. He said the Chiefs blew this draft on their home turf. Daniel, come on. This is how I feel like Daniel looks right now. Is like
Can you
Jake
guys see
Hader.
this?
Yeah, we see
Look,
it.
I'm gonna see if I can zoom in here. This dude, do you see? You see him creeping? He eats people. There's no doubt about it, dude.
Come on, he don't eat people.
Look at those eyes.
I like Jake Hader as a quarterback. I think he might be the sleeper.
I didn't say he's a bad quarterback, but if you trust that guy to not eat you, then you're
Hey,
sadly mistaken.
man, where's he going? He's going to New Orleans. You might be able to eat people in New Orleans. It's kind of a wild city with a lot of crime. You might be able to get away with it down there. I don't know, man.
Look,
We're
just
gonna
take
find out.
one more time. Just look at it.
Everybody, be on the lookout. If you're from New Orleans, you start seeing missing people going. Remember these face. Jake Hader, we're sorry, man. I don't want to accuse you of cannibalism.
I'm not
bro.
sorry. You look like a cannibal. Like maybe switch it up a little bit. Like I don't know what, but you're a cannibal.
Kenneth Caldwell says that the Chiefs have Malik Herring and he played at Georgia. I wonder what we could get out of Malik Herring.
Hey, go
from
ahead
the
and trade
Eagles.
him.
Dude, call
He
him
ain't
up.
done anything.
Here, I'm going to
Yeah,
call
let's
him
do it.
up, bro. I'm calling up Howie. What's his name? Howie Rosman. What's his name? Georgia
Howie
Jr. over
something.
here. Howie Georgia.
His name is how we draft anybody besides Georgia players. That's his new name.
Howie, bro, we got a guy you're gonna love. Malik Herring. He almost made our team. I think he did make the roster this year. Actually, he made our roster. Yeah, he didn't get any sacks, but he's from Georgia. What are you willing to give me, bro? I'll take a pizza for him. Sure, send it over. Okay, he's gone. You heard it here first. Malik Herring's out the door. Somebody let Brett Veach know. Dude, come
Look.
on with the Eagles, bro.
The Eagles, look, they can do all they want to do. It's okay. What they've done so far to me screams that we got beat in the Super Bowl. We got handed.
They're acting
We know we're
out.
not. Yeah, they're acting out. They're showing out a little bit. They're having their little
Hey, they're turning
panic
into the
off-season.
Broncos. It's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Broncos. They're going to win a ring in the offseason because they can't beat the Chiefs when the season starts. Pick number 129's in. Cowboys are selecting defensive end Viami Fihoko. That is a pretty good pick. Daniel Harms loves Fihoko. So, yeah, that's a guy out of San Jose State that can play. Again, a little bit early, I feel. I don't know what the
Right.
deal is with the reach-in going on today.
So
I'll tell you
Daniel,
what, we should have known.
he says, if this draft is a win, tell me how. Let me tell you how. All right.
Let's tell you.
So in the first round, the Chiefs got potentially the best pass rusher in the draft, with Felix Anudike-Uzomah, which was a big need because Frank Clark is no longer with us. Carlos Dunlap's no longer with us. All we really had at defensive end was George Karlaftis, Mike Dana, Joshua Kando, Malik Herring. Tell me if any of those guys were going to start with George Karlaftis, because they weren't.
Hey,
So yes.
Well, let me add to you. On paper, Felix Anudike wasn't the best one. I get it. Will Anderson, this and that. But Felix has some of the best moves and knows when to use them, and that's very important. So keep that in mind.
Right.
He might not be the biggest name,
Right.
but on film, the kid was good. He was a top 3 pass rusher in this draft, in my opinion.
He's a monster. Everybody knows that. Okay, and then we got to the second round. The Chiefs drafted Rashee Rice. He is a wide receiver that is good, that Patrick Mahomes really liked after he worked with him, Zay Flowers, Quentin Johnson. Guess who Patrick Mahomes asked for? Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice is also a little bit bigger, closer to that guy that can play on the outside and play bully ball, get a little physical, make some contested catches. This is all things that Chiefs fans have been banging the table for all offseason. They wanted D-Hop. They want a true X wide receiver, which Rashee Rice may never be that, but he does give you that type of element that where you were not going to get with who we had on the roster. So, really good pick. You can't be mad about that either. I mean, Rashee Rice was an absolute beast at SMU. And then, you go on, third round, we took a tackle. We definitely needed a tackle. Everybody knew we needed a tackle. What did they do? They knew they were having Juwan Taylor go to the left. They get Wanya Morris on the right, and they even did their homework. Wanya Morris used to play on the left side of the ball with Trey Smith in Tennessee. So guess what? He's going to be on the right side of the ball with Trey Smith right now with the Chiefs. And
Steve,
that's good. You have to have that chemistry between guard and tackle. It's going to be good. Just stop, Daniel.
yeah,
We love
Daniel,
you, but we
Daniel,
got to chill, bro.
We can't devote so much time to Daniel's meltdown. We can't do it. We can't do it. There's other things happening.
I'm helping people.
I'm going to tell you what. The Jaguars just picked Tyler Lacey, defensive end from Oklahoma State, at pick 130. I want to take a moment. I had Tyler Lacey rated number 134, and he went at 130. And every single person that looked at my draft board said, Mike, Tyler Lacey will not go that high. He's not worth 134. You're crazy. Put him at the 200 mark. And I said, I will not. 134. And he goes 130. Victory lap. I'm going to spin in my chair. I can't really spin. I got a cord here, but you know what it is, man. Sometimes you get tired of being people saying, hey, man, you're not right about that guy. And I'm like, I am.
Right. Yeah, real. What's going on? You said you can't watch any more Chiefs are making you sick. So Daniel's not the only one. There's going to be a lot of people are upset with that last
Daniel
pick,
still ain't
man.
buying it, Steve. What'd I tell you? He said it's a good sell, but he's not buying it. And so you wasted probably 15 minutes of your life. Daniel is just in a mood right now. He's like my girlfriend when she don't get to eat. Daniel, eat the Snickers, bruh. And then come. It'll be okay. It's going to be okay.
Look, I'm going to tell you this.
Steve,
whatever.
The Bengals just took Charlie Jones. I have to tell you. The Bengals
I'm going to throw up.
Boy,
now
Charlie
I'm going to throw
Jones.
up. No, they did. The Bengals.
The Bengals at 131 takes your favorite wide receiver, and now you have to hear Charlie Jones say "Who Dey" 400,000 times, and that's sickening. Steve, it's happening. You heard it here first. The Bengals have taken Charlie Jones. It's not being reported on anything because why? Mike's already got the inside scoop.
That's disgusting. That makes me sick. I'm with you, y'all real. The Chiefs ain't making me sick, but that's making me sick.
Charlie Jones.
It makes me sick that they could have took Charlie Jones instead of the 7th round corner. That does make me sick a little bit. I'll say that.
It's being reported that the Bengals selected Charlie Jones because they're probably going to get rid of the slot receiver they have there. Tyler
Boyd's gone.
And
T. Higgins ain't going to be there long. They can't pay all them dudes.
They said they did it because he started his career in Iowa and they wanted to piss off as many Chief fans in the Midwest as they could. And that is why they did it. And there it is. You heard it here first. The Bengals are trash as usual. Who Dey, we Dey. And you can take whoever you want. We're still going to beat you.
Hey, you know who's melting down, Daniel? You. You're doing it.
You're melting down, Daniel. Chill out, bro.
Look, see, Todd knows. He says that Charlie Jones was the best sleeper in this draft. Everybody should be, put their head down and just like hate it a little bit when the Bengals make a good pick. I mean, everybody hates the Bengals.
Yeah, come on.
It sucks though, for real.
Yep, they're getting ready to announce it. The pick's in, but we all know it's Charlie Jones. If you're watching with us, if you're one of the 90-some people in here, hit the like button, share it, let everybody know where they can come hear some epic meltdowns, some awesome rages, and I'm tipping picks before they happen because we have people in the green room, and that's what's going on. I can finally pay attention because Steve got up, and it's going to be a glorious day. Brett Veach has already kicked it off with another trade-up, Steve. I just can't believe it. Kamari Connor. Who are we trading up for in the 5th round? Do you have any ideas?
I don't know. Sorry. I was taking my frustrations out with the cannibal, Jake Hayner.
Oh, my God. You and the cannibal, man. Leave him alone.
Okay.
Leave the cannibal out of this. He's in New Orleans now.
All right. So what? You asked me a question?
Chris Wright says timeout for Daniel. Thank you, Chris. Timeout for Daniel. He needs to chill. Daniel, go eat a Snickers, dude. Take some deep breaths. Do a little meditation, a little yoga. Chill out. It's going to be okay. My God. Steelers are on the clock. This pick
Brent
has been
says he wants to
traded.
see what Joe Burrow looks like without three good wide receivers, or see three wide receiver ones. Well, I tell you what, since they went and grabbed Charlie Jones, he's got a solid receiver right now. Jamar Chase ain't going nowhere. T. Higgins, even if he goes somewhere, man, I don't know. I think they'll be okay for a while. They're still going to be a pain in our ass. Let's just get that straight. The Bengals are going to be around, annoying the crap out of us for a little while. Julia, I'm not spazzing. Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. I don't know.
Oh my God, quit. Get it off the
What?
screen. I don't want to see that dude anymore. You're making me hate Jake Hayner.
Why? Why would you hate him?
You keep popping up his creepy eyeballs, and I'm looking into his
See?
dark, cold
Now you're
soul.
seeing it. You're seeing it. I just had to show you.
Just quit. Bro.
Kato, what's going on, my man? Yo, fellas, Kamari Connor, I just checked him out. He's pretty good. He's a good depth position player, an extremely hard-hitting corner that can be a good safety. Yeah, Kato, I think that's it, man. I think they wanted that tweener kind of guy that can do, cornerback and safety. It really surprises me they didn't trade up to get Keely Ringo and not trade up to get Kamari Connor, but obviously they saw something they liked better in Connor than they did Ringo.
Look, Keely Ringo, two things were going against him. He was sliding down the draft board. Nobody knows why, but he was taking a hit. Over 2 weeks ago, everybody was saying Keely's sliding. I actually took him from 38 to number 58 on my draft board because of it. But I tell you what, also the Eagles put out a hit on anybody that took him, so nobody was taking him. He had to go to the Eagles. We all knew that. Steve, before I give it back to you, the Steelers have selected at pick 132 linebacker / defensive end Nick Herbig from Wisconsin. Another decently solid pick.
Yeah.
It's a white edge rusher, and we know that he's going to pair well with the White brother, and that's a perfect Steelers guy.
I think what I'm getting ready to say right now is the truth, so correct me if I'm wrong, but the AFC North are killing this draft. Like 100%. Like, each one of those teams are having a really good draft.
They're not doing bad. I hate to say it, but they're doing okay. Our own division's doing pretty good, minus... Actually, the Raiders are actually not doing too bad. Denver's being the one that sucks so far. They traded up for Riley Moss in the second round. Or was it the third? I don't know which one, but yeah. As long as Denver keeps sucking, we're all good. What's Kenneth saying over here?
Doug's in the house. I'm saying what's up to Doug. Go ahead.
What's up, Doug? Kenneth, talking about cannibalism reminds me of that true crime story I seen 2 weeks ago where a guy killed his girlfriend and boiled her in a soup to feed it to homeless people. What are you watching, Kenneth? My God. Kenneth, it's Saturday. We don't talk about such things on Saturday.
So they caught the guy?
If they didn't, his name's Jake Hayner, and he's about to be in New Orleans. Oh, get it off.
All right.
Quit
messing
bro.
around, but look at him.
God. He looks like a pharmacist.
I lost him going to his ear.
That dude.
He's a pharmacist that eats people?
My prescriptions. Kenneth, drop the name of that true crime story you watched. If it was on Netflix or something, I want to watch it.
Yeah, I probably will.
Andrew
you act like
says,
you don't watch weird stuff.
Let's get Andrew Voorhees. We will use him next year. Dude, Voorhees should have been I would say at least a second-round pick if he didn't tear that ACL at the combine. So I think we're a team that could probably use him, and if he recovers well, we have time to wait.
I had the Chiefs taking him in the 5th round, I believe. So coming up. That's where I had the Chiefs taking Andrew Voorhees, actually.
Brian Parrott says, send memberships to players. What are you talking about? Is Julia leaving? Julia, don't go. Come back. We'll stop showing the cannibal. Julia, don't go.
Julia.
This reminds me of my high school days. Julia, don't leave me. I didn't date a girl named Julia, but you know what I'm talking about. Real Cato says, yeah, I agree. Ashley North is killing it, but it's also the AFC North has the most money out of any other division in the AFC, or am I wrong? I don't know. Do they?
I'm not for sure. I don't know about that.
I don't either. Wolfpack says, when's the Chiefs' next pick? Off the top of my head, I have no idea. We only got 2 picks left. The Chicago Bears just took Tyler Scott out of Cincinnati. That was a Chiefs guy. He's gone.
There go the 2 receivers that were
Gary
hanging out.
Hamilton somewhere is crying. Our friend Gary from Twitter. He's sad. He's sad. Let's pour one out for Gary. Do I have something? Can I pour one out for Gary?
He didn't get Kalijah Cansey or Tyler Scott.
Here, fictional cups. We're pouring it out for Gary.
You poured out 2 for Gary.
He's lost 2 of them, bro. The Vikings are on the clock here. We have 87 people in here. We appreciate all you guys. Hit the share, smash the like. If you haven't already, sub us. If you love the Chiefs, man, you're gonna love this channel. We're called All Chiefed Up. I don't think it gets any more chiefy than that. And you got 2 idiots talking about Chiefs football, and Jack with the $3 super sticker.
Thanks, Jack.
Jack,
right
is
on
here,
cue.
guys.
As Mike was saying, we have an awesome community, awesome people in the chat, just like
Awesome.
Jack Green here. So yeah, it's a good place to be. Absolutely love it.
Reach Out says it should be pick 166. If that's the case, it's going to be in another 30 some odd picks because we're on pick 134 right now. So it's going to be a little while, guys. We got a little time to kill. As long as we're not having to talk about cannibals going to New Orleans, we should be okay.
Hey, it happens, and let's be honest here. He looks like a cannibal. So when I say that, there's nothing wrong with it.
Steve has said that the AFC North has had a great draft. Okay?
I believe so. I have that feeling anyway.
Do you guys want to know what the Steelers have selected so far? Here's just one team from the AFC North. The Steelers have gotten Broderick Jones in round 1, Joey Porter Jr. in round 2, Keanu Benton in round 2, Darnell Washington in round 3, and Nick Herbig in round 4. And that is just a sample of the AFC North's draft dominance this weekend. I don't even want to look at what the Bengals have done. I know they've got Miles Murphy and Charlie Jones to this point. So
go ahead.
I tell you, man. Todd says this draft has been great for the Chiefs. Good football players. That's what I feel, Todd. I feel like they're not flashy. It's not the sexiest of picks, but they're players that will contribute in some form, and that the Chiefs don't need all these flashy starters. We need people that's going to come in and just be nice depth pieces, and I think that's what they're doing. And if we find a Pacheco in the mix, then so be it.
Man, it is what it is. I think we just hang out and we watch it. Just this late in the draft, it's really hard to predict what the Chiefs are going to do, right? I mean, if they're going to come up and trade up for Kamari Connor in the 4th round, you don't have a clue what they're doing for the rest of the draft. Now's where you kick back, relax, and just enjoy the show and see what Brett Veach is trying to shape up over there for the Chiefs this coming year. And like with the Kamari Connor pick, kind of threw people for a loop. I mean, he didn't test out that great at the combine. They have him as an average backup or a special teamer. That's kind of what they're thinking. But obviously Brett Veach sees something there, man. And so far, when he has those hunches, he has been correct. So it's hard to get too mad at it. Kip Carnes with the 5 bomb. Appreciate you, Kip. That's awesome. Thank you very much. He says we need a running back next, but we're taking team players. Yeah, I think they could take a running back. It's about that time they could do so. I tell you who I wish they would take, but I highly doubt it just because he don't fit them all that great, and that's Chris Rodriguez from Kentucky. That guy's a monster. He's such a good running back. A lot of people are overlooking him. Obviously, Deuce Vaughn's a big target for the Chiefs. Everybody likes that because he's a K-State kid.
Right. Hey, at pick 134, the Vikings. This is the pick they got from the Chiefs for our trade-up. Jay Ward. They took Jay Ward, corner/safety out of LSU. He was linked to the Chiefs as well, and we took Kamari Connor over Jay Ward. So I kind of find it crazy that Brett Veach is selecting a lot of SEC guys this year. He's going out of the box. He went back to the ACC for another safety. He went Virginia, Thornhill,
right?
And now he's replacing Thornhill with Virginia Tech. Something about safeties and Brett Veach coming out of the ACC. That's what he likes.
Well, let's hope that he's not a Thornhill. Thornhill wasn't terrible, but Thornhill did not live up to potential. Kenneth called.
Sorry, Lance from the Spoken says that he thinks Kamari Connor was drafted to put the heat on L'Jarius Sneed just in case they can't get Sneed back. He thinks he'll fill that role. To say Kamari Connor is going to be L'Jarius Sneed is really high praise there, Lance. And lay
It was
off
kind of the
sauce.
same thing, though. No, I mean, Brett
Yeah.
Veach drafted L'Jarius Sneed late, and people didn't really know who he was, and look what he did.
Right.
So, I mean, but is Veach going to hit twice? Kenny says that the Butcher of Tompkins Square is the name of that, Mike. That way you can go check that out if you're interested.
I'm writing it down. Hold up. The
See,
Butcher
the
of
Butcher
Tompkins
of Tompkins Square.
Man, I used to go to school with a kid that lived on Thompson Square that I thought, oh, God. And I kind of thought he would be a butcher. The Butcher of Tompkins Square. This scares me, actually, because Steve won't quit with that thing. You're running off everybody in the chat. I'm telling you, the Butcher of Tompkins Square, I'm going to check that out. Oh, man. Okay, the Raiders' last pick is in. This is going to close out the 4th round. This has been a kind of a long round, to be honest. We've been going for almost 2 hours just to get through round 4. You would think it would start speeding up. But the Raiders are taking a quarterback right here, guys. A quarterback to back up Mr. San Francisco, Jimmy Garoppolo. They're going to take Purdue quarterback Aiden O'Connell. Not a bad pick. But to be honest, I think the kid they let come in and play a little bit last year is probably better than Aiden O'Connell.
Jarrett Stidham?
So, yeah, I think Stidham may be a little bit better than O'Connell. So we'll see how
I feel like they didn't
does.
give Jarrett Stidham a fair shake, really. I think he's better than... I think he has potential to be as good or better than Garoppolo, and no one... Like, they just won't give him a shot.
Yeah, they're not going to do it. The Raiders are always going to do stupid stuff, like be the Raiders. That's all I can say, man.
Brian Parrott, I'm awake. I'm as awake as I get during the day, so I'm not doing no high knees.
Hey, Brian, you never confirmed that you're not Cole in the chat when Cole was.
Yeah, I thought that was weird, and then
disappeared.
Cole went silent. I see what's going on here.
Come on now.
He tried to throw us off course by saying that he needed the 3X or the 4X shirt, and we know that Cole's scrawny. See what he's doing there? He didn't want us to know they're the same person.
Come on now. Don't do this to us. Man, how are you guys doing today, by the way? I don't know what time it is your time. It's 1:41 here, Eastern time. We're just watching the draft. We're hanging out. We're glad you're here. There's 95 of you. Hit the sub, hit the share, hit the like, smash it. We like hanging out. The Jags are on the clock. The first pick in the 5th round is finally on the clock. Steve, it's moving at a snail's pace. Kamari Connor's been picked. Brett Veach. Is Brett Veach trading up in round 5 too? Like, what do you think? What are the odds Brett Veach trades up 4 straight
I mean,
rounds?
I don't know. Who even knows? I done said my piece. After he drafted Kamari Connor, I vowed that I have no freaking clue what the heck he's trying to do with the rest of this draft, so I'm out. Like, I'm going to sit here, and I'm going to enjoy it, and we'll talk about the players when they come in, but I could not tell you what the heck he's going to do because that one made no sense, not even in the least bit. So how are we going to predict anything from here on out?
Right.
No way.
Doug says Stidham is in Denver, right? Did they get rid of him?
Not that I know of. Let me look it up.
He may have. Look it up. I'm sure Doug
I'm looking
knows.
it up.
The Raiders are a high-tech porta potty. Yeah. You're right. Todd says Connor is a willing hitter, unlike Thornhill.
Yes.
Dude, you're right.
When did Stidham go to the Broncos? What
It had to
happened?
be in the offseason, man.
Well, obviously.
Brian says dudes with giant nostrils like Hafner are slow swimmers. Too much drag. What is happening today? What's happening?
I don't know. Are you making fun of my nostrils? No, I'm just kidding.
No, I think
He's
he's making
talking
fun of
about
Jake
Hayner.
Hayner.
Yeah, I know. Good stuff.
Tony says round 5. If you're pumped for round 5, hit the like button. We're all pumped for round 5. Who's not? Let's get excited here. It's 1:45 p.m.
Get excited.
Dude, Steve, I still didn't have pizza from last night. You know what I did? I ended up warming up leftovers, and I didn't even get my pizza. I got to have a pizza today. But I told Kayla that we'd go somewhere nice to eat since I've been live streaming every second of the day. And
Right.
So we're
Trying
going
to
to
make
do
up for
that. Somebody asked us if we were going to jump back on and do our Saturday Night Live tonight. And I said, I don't know. I said, I don't know.
Ooh.
Dude, we've been live streaming nonstop. I have no idea. Cheever says we need a poll. What kind of poll do you guys want? Steve, make a poll.
I'm sorry, I was looking at Brian Barrett's comment. Out of control. You have to play nicer than that. Jeez, you guys hate each other.
I'm not Cole. He's
see.
100% Perna CGI. Who's Perna? Oh, Brandon Perna? He could be. Maybe it's Brandon Perna.
The really nerdy, kind of slightly obnoxious Broncos fan. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah,
Let's
Brandon
see.
Perna. Yeeks.
Yeah, not. Yeah, we don't side up
Hey,
with the Broncos, man.
So it
around
looks like
here.
the Jags. What are they gonna do? Let me try to get this pick. The pick is.
Yeah, let's do a poll. I'm gonna do a poll.
Do a poll. I don't know about what. Is Jake Hayner
I
a
got
serial killer?
No.
No info on who the Jags are taking here yet. But when I know, I will let you know.
We still have. What pick is our pick in round 5?
166, I believe.
Let's see here. I got a good one.
Dude, those Spectrum internet's being a jerk right now. What else
Doing
is
what
new?
it does best.
What else is new?
All right. I put, what position do the Chiefs draft in round 5? Running back, tight end, defensive tackle, or edge rusher? You guys go ahead and hit that. Let us know what you think the Chiefs are going to do. If you could try to predict what Brett Veach is doing today, you're a better man than me.
Right. We don't know what Brett Veach is doing ever. So the Bears, they took Tyler Scott. Trying to catch up on my big board for you guys.
Tony Ross, don't talk about things like this on the internet. We can't repeat that.
What? Oh, wait, never mind. You can't repeat it. I have to go look.
I wouldn't. Let's see. Craze, what's going on? Late to the live. What y'all think about the defensive back we drafted? Man, I was late to the live too. Don't feel too bad about it. Craze. I don't know. We're kind of indifferent about it. I'm not mad at the pick. I think he's going to be a good player. I think he is a good player. I thought they reached. I didn't think they needed to trade up to get him. So it's kind of a little back and forth on that. Don't make a whole lot of sense. We can't make heads or tails of it. Kind of set the pace that Veach is going to do whatever the heck he wants for the rest of the draft, and we have no idea what he's going to do. So that's kind of where I'm at with it.
And he doesn't even care. He don't care what we think. Brett Veach is doing Brett Veach kind of the things right now. He's Veaching.
Gat Black says any worthwhile fullbacks left. I don't know if Andy's going to roll with the fullback this year. I think
Right.
After Mike Burton, headed over to the Donkos, I don't know. I think he might roll with that one.
That Hunter Lupke kid that everybody likes is still out, obviously.
Nicholas says, is Josh Fly still on the board? I believe he is, actually.
Who? Oh,
Josh
yeah,
Wiley?
yeah. Yeah, he is. He's a... let me
Zach
see where I got
Kuntz
him
is also
rated.
still on the board, and that's somebody I think that we might.
Josh
Might
Wiley, I
tag
got
it.
him rated number 160, and we're at pick 136, 137. So he should be coming up this round, in my opinion. You'll see Wiley off the board here. Weil, however you pronounce it, Wiley, whippersnapper. The young whippersnappers down in Cincinnati.
Whippersnappers.
Everybody must have passed out. They said round 5, we got to go super, super slow.
VFX Extreme, what's going on, man? Veach is off the leash. Like the honey badger, he says.
Josh McDaniels out of...
If you want the most entertaining comments ever left on any YouTube channel ever, just check out anything left by VFX Extreme. Also set aside at least 5 minutes to read and decipher it, but they are funny. So you definitely want to check that out.
Veach was eating too many cheeseburgers. Man,
I was getting ready to click that one.
I like cheeseburgers. I wish we had some.
F.A., bring me a cheeseburger.
For sure,
I want
man.
one with a, like the Stone Cold E.T. when he went to White Castle. Give me a little cheeseburger
Give me a couple cheeseburgers.
with a little bit of cheese and a little bit of onion. Can I get a hell yeah? If you guys haven't seen Stone Cold E.T., go watch it later.
Will you bring up Stone Cold ET for us?
I don't know if anybody will be able to hear it, but we could try it. I'll
Come
try.
on. Just bring him his picture. He's beautiful.
I'll bring up the picture of Stone Cold E.T.
Please do. Jacksonville will not announce their pick. They just completely don't want to tell us who they want to pick. So screw Jacksonville. You know, if you want to act like that, Jacksonville, then we don't even want to be your friend anymore. And I don't care who you pick. Let's just be honest. Kenneth said they showed the Chiefs' war room during the Connor pick, and they were celebrating the pick pretty good. Well, they always celebrate picks. I mean, whether it's round 1, round 312, they act like it's the greatest thing ever. So, yeah, of course they're pumped. It's their guy. But I tell you, I don't want to roll them out again. Even, you know, the corners and stuff we were taking last year in the 7th round, man, they produced when it needed to. So you have to trust Veach. Again, I know it gets old just saying trust Veach, but there's something to it. I mean, he does miss. He's missed. He's not perfect, but we'll see.
Let's give this a try. Let's give this a try. We'll see if you guys can hear it or not. But we'll give it a shot. Just give me 2 seconds to get this together here.
What in the world is this guy doing?
What? I'm trying to get Stone Cold ET going.
Oh, if you get that going, we're in for a treat. Yeah.
Trying to get it going here. Let's see.
Oh, while you're waiting, the Raiders, Josh McDaniels said that he took Aiden O'Connell because he has the release of Tom Brady. Of course he would say that. Like, these guys are obsessed with Tom Brady.
What did he say? I'm sorry.
Aiden O'Connell. They took him in Vegas because he looks like Tom Brady.
Shut up.
He does. Of course he does.
Man, it is what it is. Let's do this. All right. You guys let me know if you can hear this. I hope you can.
Yes.
This is Stone Cold ET, and I just want to order a couple White Castles to go.
So sorry, can you repeat that again?
I said Stone Cold ET would like a couple cheeseburgers and maybe a drink, and I'd like to get out here as soon as possible, and that's the bottom line.
Hey, do you want to pull up? 'Cause I can't understand anything you're saying, please.
What?
Okay, you want Stone Cold ET to pull up what side?
Just pull up to the first window.
Okay.
I love the part where he's driving the car. It's just hilarious to me. E.T.'s driving.
What's he doing?
You know Stone Cold ET.
Why's he talking already? He didn't even open the window.
This window?
Next one.
The Jaguars have taken Yasir Abdullah from Louisville. Yasir Abdullah.
Oh, good pick, good pick. Stone Cold ET will make it better for me.
He said, give me a Yasir Abdullah. Oh my God, this is ridiculous.
Hey, that's good. What are they taking their sweet time? They're afraid to go to ET at the window.
Of course they are.
Man, I wish I wouldn't mind having to have Yasir Abdullah. Here we go.
This is Stone Cold ET, and I want to order a couple cheeseburgers, and that's the bottom line. Because you know Stone Cold ET like to come to White Castle, order a couple cheeseburgers to fill me up before I whoop some ass. Give me a hell yeah if you're down with Stone Cold ET. Oh, hell yeah! Because Stone Cold ET likes whooping ass. When Stone Cold E.T. rides a bicycle, I ride it long, I ride it hard, just like the Texas rattlesnake when he's done whooping Vince McMahon's ass. Give me a, oh, hell yeah. What'd you say, E.T.? What? What'd you say, E.T.? What? I said I want to order 2 cheeseburgers, and that's the bottom line.
What's happening?
Because no Stone Cold love a little White Castle burger with a little onion, with a little meat on it. Because there's nothing like Stone Cold Steve Austin eating those little White Castle burgers. You know Stone Cold like a little White Castle action. Well, I'm busy fighting off the aliens when I'm busy beating the crap out of Will Smith in Independence Day or being him up in I Robot. Stone Cold E.T. is gonna whoop some ass. Give me a hell yeah.
Okay, Stone Cold's
Hell
out.
yeah. Stone Cold E.T. is gonna whoop some ass. And that's the bottom line. Hell yeah.
It's so stupid, dude. Hey,
Dude,
that's
that's
hilarious.
amazing.
I never heard the lady in the background tell him to take his mask off the whole time. He just won't shut up about his cheeseburger. It's hilarious. He said, that's the bottom line. That's how Brett Veach, I feel like he just calls in his picks to people. He's like, we're taking Kamari Connor, and that's the bottom line because Brett Veach said so. Hell
Man.
yeah.
Stone Cold E.T. made me happier. So I think it gives a good juju for the 5th round. We're going to get a good 5th round pick with a little bit of cheese and a little bit of hamburger.
Okay. Well, while you were doing that, I'm going to catch us up on some picks. Jacksonville took Yasir Abdullah, 136 from Louisville. The Commanders at 137 take KJ Henry, edge from Clemson. The Colts at 138 take Darius Rush, corner from South Carolina. The Cardinals at 139 take another quarterback. They take Clayton Tune to back up the mini man over there.
It's a good
and
pick.
Then, Cleveland Browns at 140 take another quarterback, Dorian Thompson-Robinson from UCLA, to back up the old ball tickler up there in
Ball tickler.
what's his name? What's his name? up
Jack Handy.
there? Oh, Jack Handy up there in Cleveland.
Yeah. Ken, you made a good point. Let's go check that poll right now. Stone Cold E.T. gave people ample time to vote on the poll. I'm going to go ahead and end it. Running backs, 42%. Defensive tackle, 37%. 13% tight end, and 8% edge is what position everyone thinks the Chiefs are going to draft in round 5. So running back is the popular opinion, and then defensive tackle. I think you're probably onto it. It's going to be around that. But with Brett Veach, you never know. It could be a kicker. A kicker from Southwest Texas Christian University of the South.
Cato says, what the hell? Yeah,
Cato,
I don't know, Cato. I don't know what happened.
Cato, you talking about Stone Cold E.T.?
Maybe. Vladdy says, is it already starting right now? Is what starting, Vladdy? The draft? It's been going since noon. Yeah, it's been a wild one today, man. Lots of reaching, lots of craziness. Brett Veach is Kamari Connor. He already had somebody to have a meltdown in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy, man. It's been a crazy one. But Stone Cold E.T. came along and helped us out a little.
Yeah, I got to add a little humor in.
The Vikings are on the clock here. Who are they going to take? This was the Colts pick at one point, in which they got it from the Raiders. So nobody wants pick 141. The Vikings have decided they don't even want it because they won't even take nobody. I don't know what's happening.
Man.
Okay,
So,
the pick's in.
nope.
The Vikings did pick, but we don't know who it is yet. Give us 1 second.
The best players available on Mel Kiper's big board is still Henry 2020, inside linebacker from Alabama. Terrell Smith, cornerback from Minnesota. Antonio Johnson, safety from Texas A&M. Corey Trice, cornerback from Purdue. Wide receiver A.T. Perry still hanging out on the board. So that's the top 5 on Mel Kiper's big board. So
Well,
we'll see what they decide to do here.
The top 5 on All Chiefed Up's big board.
Let's check it out.
It's
I don't have it. You do.
Luke Whippler, interior offensive lineman from Ohio State. Chris Smith from Georgia, free safety. We know the Eagles are coming to get him. Antonio Johnson, strong safety out of Texas A&M. Jalen Duncan, tackle from Maryland. And Dwayne McBride, running back out of UAB. That could be a Chief guy. They said the Chiefs might want that running back. So Dwayne McBride, watch out for him. That kid's awesome.
That guy's a monster. He don't really fit with the Chiefs, though. But maybe we could use him in them third down situations, certain short situations. He's not a pass-catching back. He's just not. And that's not usually what the Chiefs tend to go with, is someone that can't do that, because everyone knows we're pass-happy. Vladdy, we did pick already. We took, what was the dude's name? Connor from Virginia Tech. He'll be a safety more than likely. Not a bad pick. Not a bad pick. A very confusing one that they traded up for him. So it's one of them head scratchers. But I think he's a good football player, so that's what matters.
Did the Vikings run out of time? They took it down to the last second, that's for sure, and nobody knows who they picked. I think they were trying to trade the pick. I think somebody was trying to come up. It's probably Brett Veach. He's been going crazy today, like drafting, but they couldn't get rid of it. Apparently the pick's in. We don't know who it is, but we'll see.
Cato, I'm right there with you, buddy. Now I want some little cheeseburgers with a little bit of onion and a little bit of cheese. That's what I want.
For sure. Brenda, good to see you, Brenda. Just got here. When did the Chiefs pick and who? They traded up in round 4 and took safety from Virginia Tech. They took Kamari Connor. Kind of a polarizing pick. People in the chat's been having a meltdown over it, man. It's
a couple.
Been crazy.
I think a lot of the chat has been pretty chill with it. They trust what Brett Veach is doing. They know that they go after good football players. So there's been a couple though that's had a tough time with it.
Yep, Scott grabbed
to say the least.
Perry. That's true. VFX says the Eagles will play 7 DBs against Mahomes. There ain't no telling what they're going to try to do. We do know one thing. They'll be from Georgia. We know that one. Casey fears they weren't celebrating with the round 1 pick. Who are we talking about? The Chiefs? They wasn't celebrating it? I don't know why they'd have picked him if they didn't like him. That doesn't make any sense, but we'll see. Brian Parrott says Jay Roy. You talking about Jacqueline Roy out of LSU? You like him? The Vikings picked Jacqueline Roy. Okay, that's who it was. Okay, so Jacqueline Roy. That's who it was. Minnesota took Jacqueline Roy. Not the greatest of picks. I don't know why they're going to hold us in suspense over Jacqueline frickin' Roy, but that's what they decided to do. Congrats, Vikings. You guys have really irritated me today.
Took forever to get to that one.
The Browns are getting ready to pick again. They just took Dorian Thompson-Robinson 2 picks ago from UCLA. No idea who they're picking now. I don't even think they know. Everybody's getting really slow here in the 5th round. What happened, Steve? They said,
normally
hey, guys,
it speeds up.
Yeah,
you know?
They're like, we're going a little too fast. We got the 4th round done in 2 hours. Let's slow it down a little bit so we can stay on till 3 a.m.
So far, the best picks of the 5th round have definitely been Yasir Abdullah from Louisville went to Jacksonville. That was a great pick by them. He's an amazing football player. And then I really like Clayton Tune, quarterback from Houston. I think that was a good, solid pickup by the Cardinals. I think he's a good quarterback, so that'd be a good backup to have there for little Kyler.
Yeah, little baby Kyler.
Mini
there.
man.
They just drafted a guy in the 1st round with Paris Johnson. And if Kyler tries to come out and look to the left, he ain't going to see no wide receivers over 6'8", Paris Johnson. This dude's going to be looking right at his butt crack.
Right.
And I mean,
what if they put a camera on the front of Paris Johnson's helmet and they put a monitor on the back of it?
Inside.
Yeah.
That
on the back of it.
Dude, I tell you.
So he just looks at the back of Paris Johnson's head to know who's open and just chucks the ball over him.
Well, we know Kyler Murray would play a lot better looking at a monitor because all he does is do Call of Duty. So he might be a better quarterback.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe he can use an Xbox controller back there.
True. Young Craze. What's up, Young Craze? Would Kenny McIntosh be an option, big body receiving back? Yes, the Chiefs actually talked with Kenny McIntosh. We've spoken to Kenny McIntosh. Yeah. That is a possibility. I just don't know.
Well,
Vladdy says, how many picks do we have left? I want to say like 3, 4 maybe. I'm not 100% sure.
There's just one problem with Kenny McIntosh, though. He'll probably end up being an Eagle. Yep. Because he's from Georgia.
Yeah. Kip says we should have 4. I think he's right. Yes, you're right. Gap Black says DeAndre Smith trade to the Eagles might be looking at a rematch in the Super Bowl. Yeah, we reported that a little while ago, man, and it makes sense because he's from Georgia.
Do you think that DeAndre Swift will play that much different of a role with the Eagles as Miles Sanders did, though?
Well, he's better than Miles Sanders.
Well, I know that, but I mean, as far as because you got to think they're run first team, but they want to run with their quarterback. Like, so I mean, I don't know. We'll see.
Right. John said, I had to run earlier. Circling back, what were your thoughts on trading up for Kamari Connor? I'm not familiar with him. He's a big guy that's probably going to cover tight ends. He's going to be a special teams contributor. He's pretty much Juan Thornhill's size and everything across the board. Yeah, he's a little slow. But he hits pretty well. Again, we were confused why we traded up for him. We felt he was more of a round 6 guy. Other than that, I think he'll be okay.
Like, I'm not confused about the pick per se, like the player. I think it makes sense, but I am confused that they had to trade up to get him. That's what really blew my mind.
Right. Joe, what's up, Joe? He says getting A.T. Perry in the 5th would be a coup. Dude, it's possible. Oh, he's definitely going to be here. You definitely will still be there. Well, he's going to be in the 5th round, obviously, but the way this draft's going, right? Well, the way this draft's going, who knows? Everybody's reaching on everybody. It's pretty crazy. Patrick Mahomey, I thought James Draws was supposed to announce a pick. Did I miss it? I don't think so. I don't think he's announced yet.
No, he's supposed to do one today. I don't know which one it is. I bet they'll give him a good one, though. I mean, it's James Draws. But A.T. Perry's actually 5th on Mel Kiper's big board right now. So where do we have him on our big board, Mike? Have you looked? I think he might go this round. And if he don't, that could be a target for the Chiefs, just to double dip at wide receiver there. A.T. Perry, he's been pretty big in Chiefs Kingdom. A lot of people love him.
He's 8 right now on our big board, in front of A.T. After Dwayne McBride, we have Carl Brooks, Zach Kuntz, then A.T. Perry. So we put Zach Kuntz above A.T. Perry just because of his sheer testing numbers and athletic ability. And A.T. Perry on film, he got a little bit lazy. At times on film. So
yeah, that hurts him a little bit.
The Cleveland Browns have taken corner out of Northwestern Cameron Mitchell, and the Jets have taken running back out of Pittsburgh, Israel Abinaconda. So those are both pretty good picks. Again, a little.
Say that again.
Which one?
Say it again. The name. I just want to hear it one more time.
Israel Abinaconda out of Pittsburgh.
Anaconda. Just call him Anaconda.
The Anaconda. The Jets have taken an Anaconda. Both of them pretty good. Again, this is probably about the right spot for both of those guys. I think Cam Mitchell might be a little early, but who knows?
Yeah. Kip's asking DeAndre Swift, thinks who he's talking about, on a rookie contract. How many years left on it? He's still on his rookie contract. He's got 1 year left on that contract. He'll be a free agent after this coming year. So they got 1 year on his rookie contract. Joe says, I think I saw the James Draws pick will be in the 6th round, maybe the 7th. Yeah, they said it was day 3. They didn't say, I don't know if they said which one. But if you saw it, that's probably what it is. I'm kind of excited to see what Brett Veach does here in the 5th round, because it's been so, I did not expect round 4 at all. So it'll be fun to see what happens in the 5th here for sure.
The last few picks have been reaches big time. The Patriots take a guard out of UCLA, Antonio Maffei. Again, Patriots are just drafting nothing but offensive line. So they must really be trying to protect Mac Jones. I don't know why. I wouldn't even want to protect Mac Jones. I would just want somebody to hit him so I can move on. I'm just going to be honest.
Yeah. I don't know why they even stick with him, to be honest. I just don't know. I feel like I would have gave up on him already. I thought it was a kind of a questionable pick. Do you remember people thought that Mac Jones was going to go like super early? They were like, oh, he's going to go at number 3 and like all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah. I don't know. I never saw it with him. I just didn't. I think it's kind of one of those things where they're just like, oh, he played at Alabama and they won. He must be good. You know, I feel like some of them GMs get a little lazy when it comes to things like that.
Yep. Doug says hit, smack, or tap that like button gently,
Absolutely.
please, guys. Yeah, man, hit it. Hit it. If you just got here, take a minute, just tap that little like button. Just tap it. Little likey poo.
Get a tap-a-roo.
Just tap-a-roo on the likey. And
go to your home.
yeah. Get this feed out. We're just sitting here talking, just BSing a little bit. This is the 5th round, going super slow for some reason. Don't know what's happening, but it's okay. Again, the Patriots take Antonio Maffey from UCLA. Not the worst pick I guess I've ever seen. We had Maffey again probably around the 190 mark. So the last 3 or 4 picks have been reaches. This entire draft has been nothing but a reach fest, to be honest. It's pretty crazy to watch how much the rankings and stuff are off with like Mel Kiper and all them this year. It's pretty crazy. It's not been this bad since COVID year.
Let's put a poll up on Twitter, actually, asking the people of Twitter, because they're so interesting over there, how they feel about the Connor pick. They had the options of love it, hate it, or confused as hell. That's what they're getting right now. So we'll see how that one goes.
Yep.
Twitter knows everything. Like, people on Twitter know everything, so we'll know exactly what's going on after they're done.
Oh yeah, they'll tell you. The Pats can't draft, says Ruben. Dude, they've had a rough time. They suck.
Let's be honest. They just suck at drafting.
Hey, John, thanks for the D-Hop talk. We haven't had that today. Not a single person's mentioned D-Hop. You're the lucky winner today. A 5th and CEH for D-Hop. Hey, at this point, we need some excitement in Chiefs Kingdom. I would gladly do that. We're tired of trading up and taking players that people aren't too familiar with. The Panthers have selected Jamie Robinson, safety out of Florida State. Good pick right there. Yeah, so who knows? Will D-Hop come to – I just don't think D-Hop's going to leave Arizona. They're either going to cut him or he's just going to quit. He might
I know
just
he don't want to
retire.
be there. I mean, he don't want to be there, but they're being pretty stubborn about it.
Where do you guys think this year's drafts rank so far in Brett Veach's 5 years of drafting? It's not complete yet. As to this point – since I don't know how they're going to pan out, I'm going to say probably better than the Breland Speaks draft. And other than that, I don't know. I don't know how they're going to look on the field, man.
Well, let's check them out.
Okay,
it's hard to do it. It's hard to do it all off memory, so I'm going to try to see if I can pull up all of his drafts.
Farquad, member Farquad says, I just got here. Who have we picked up? We traded up for Kamari Connor, safety / corner out of Virginia Tech. That's what we did. Noah's here. You guys agree with me, C-. You guys finally agree with me, C-. Not going that low yet.
Go on, Noah.
I will say
I think it knocked it down. It did knock it down.
Knocked it down for me. I think I was at a B. I'll give it a B- as of right now.
I was at an A- yesterday after the Wanya Morris pick. Today, I think that dropped it all the way down to a B- as well.
Yeah, I think I'm sitting at a B-, but I don't want to. I'm not going to let Kamari Connor dictate this entire draft. Again, he could come out in camp and just show us something, and everybody's going to be like, "Oh man, he's so awesome!" And you just have to give him time, man.
Right. So let's see here. We were talking about Brett Veach's draft history, basically. I might pull that up actually, and we can take a look at it, and then we'll decide how he's faring as far as the years go. Seems like a fun little thing to do. I like that question, so let's do it. Let's see if you guys can see this at all. Yeah, you can see it a little bit.
God,
all right, so in 2018, he took Breland Speaks. This is a year that I nailed 3 draft picks, by the way. I did predict Derek Nottie. He took Derek Nottie that year. He took Dorian O'Daniel, which was another one that I picked. And he took Armani Watts, which is another one I picked. I nailed those 3. He also drafted Tremont Smith, defensive back, and Khalil McKenzie, which I think that was just a shot at the Raiders because his dad worked for the Raiders. So that was his 2018 draft. So if you compare this year's draft to that one, even though it's not
better.
complete, Mike, I would say this year's beats that one. Yeah, for sure.
I think this
year's
is
is
gonna
better. We
beat
haven't even
that
seen
one.
these guys on the field yet, and I think
it
so.
beats it.
If we move on to right, so we'll go ahead and say it's better than that one. 2019, he took McCole Hardman, Juan Thornhill, Colin Saunders, Rashad Fenton, Darwin Thompson, Nick Allegretti. So that was a decent draft by Brett Veach. Nothing special though. I will say that the McCole Hardman over DK Metcalf was the worst pick that he's ever made. I'll put that one over Breland Speaks. I don't care what anybody says. It's just that was.
I honestly think
ignorant.
this draft kind of resembles that one. You got your receiver in the second that may or may not produce. You've got your safety early in the third round, which is Thornhill, and then you're gonna have your lineman, Wanye Morris, kind of like you have your Allegretti, and then we've yet to have the rest of the picks. I'm sure we're probably going to take a running back or something.
Yeah. So 2019 was an upgrade from 2018 draft, right? So Brett Veach did better in 2019. I feel like this one is equal to the draft this year. I'm with you on that one.
Yeah. So far, this is close to 2019's draft.
Right. 2020, he drafted Clyde. He drafted Willie Gay, Lucas Nyang, L'Jarius Sneed, Mike Dana, Bo Pete Keys. That was his best draft up until, he ended up taking Creed and Trey Smith and all them cats. That was obviously his best draft. So I'm going to say right now, I think that.
You think that's his best draft, even though he took Clyde in first round?
Yeah, well, yeah, that was also one of the biggest miscues ever. But I mean, the fact that he ended up getting Willie Gay,
Lucas Nyang's been kind of a bust too. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but he got L'Jarius Sneed and Mike Dana, who have been solid.
And Bo
Obviously, Bo Pete Keys never turned out. Right, Lucas Nyang, man, I don't know. That one was probably a miss as well, but he's still on the roster. He's still competing for that right tackle spot, which I think Wanya Morris and Kennard would be my choices for that one. But yeah, I think so. Obviously, his best draft was the Creed Humphrey draft, in my opinion. Kind of hard to beat that one. That was a beast. This didn't have 21 and 22 on there, so I'll see if I can't round those up. Right now, I'm thinking this is a top 3 Brett Veach draft, though. I think that it's equal to at least number 3. What do you think was worst pick? I'm gonna put a poll up in the chat actually now. What was the worst pick? Was it Clyde Edwards-Helaire? Breland Speaks?
Steve,
or McCole
I think you're
Hardman?
completely,
That's gonna be...
like your internet's like crapping out horribly. Yeah, I didn't hear a word you said right there. I didn't hear a word you said. You froze up that entire time.
Okay. Oh, okay. My bad. I'm putting a poll up. So be on the lookout. So what's going on in the draft, Mike? Update me.
John said Speaks was a horrific selection. You had 145. Carolina Panthers took Jamie Robinson. The Saints took safety out of Minnesota, Jordan Howden. And the Titans pick is in, but we don't know who the Titans pick is just yet. It's going so slow. It's going at a snail's pace. It really is. Like, I just don't understand what's happening.
Yeah, no, it's normally going faster on day 3, but it's been pretty slow so far.
Jordan Howden was taken at pick 146. He was actually the 300th rated player on more than 3 draft sites. That's how much people are reaching. This has just been one of the most insane drafts for reaches. It all started with number 10. Reaching on Darnell Wright. I think that was a reach at number 10. He was like number 17 on our big board. It wasn't a big reach. Will McDonald to the Jets, a huge reach. Jack Campbell with the Lions in round 1, huge reach. There's been so many reaches in this draft. The Commanders reaching for Forbes in the first round. And I think the Commanders have been the biggest reaching guys in the whole draft. So I don't know, man. I think
It's
everybody's going. Okay,
been a
Josh
weird.
Wall is off the board. He went to Tennessee just now. Pick 147, and that is the exact number on our. We had him ranked at 160, so we had him right there. So that's about right.
Yeah, for sure. It's been an odd day 3 so far, in my opinion. I think Brett Veach kind of kicked it off just right with trading up for Connor there and really confusing us. So
Steve said, Farquaad says, Steve, are you actually helping Mike out today? LOL. A little bit.
not really. I slept in more. Got some rest. He worked so hard last night it made me tired. So let's see. Trying to see what I want the Chiefs to do here. Like, obviously, it doesn't matter what I want them to do. It's whatever Brett Veach sees fit. But
Right.
I
Young
kind of
Cray
feel
says,
like
most people complaining here aren't real Chief fans, just riding the hype train. There's a lot of you guys in the chat just like going off on these people that don't like this draft, man. I mean, it's okay. It's okay not to like everything the Chiefs do, and it's okay to not like some of the picks. Again, a lot of these guys don't really dig in, have the time to dig into all this stuff. That's what we do. It confused us a little bit, but you have to know with Brett Veach, you have to chill a little bit. Like, okay, look, nobody was pleased. Steve just read off some draft picks. Nobody was pleased that we took Mike Dana from Michigan a few years ago. Nobody even knew who he was. And Mike Dana has contributed to us winning 2 Super Bowls now. So,
yeah, he's been solid.
Again, you just gotta chill with it, man.
Go chill with it. You tell them. So 2021, Brett Veach took Nick Bolton, Creed Humphrey, Joshua Kando, Noah Gray, Cornell Powell, and Trey Smith. That was a killer draft. The worst pick of that draft would be taking Joshua Kando in round 4. He's been a complete bust. And then Cornell Powell also has not contributed whatsoever. He's a practice squad player at best. But the rest of the guys, Nick Bolton, Creed Humphrey, Noah Gray, Trey Smith, that's a pretty good haul right there. I would say that's his best draft. And then, of course, last year, we all know who he took. So,
right. The Bears have drafted linebacker from Oregon, Noah Sewell. That was a Chiefs guy.
Man,
I'm sure
yeah, see, that's where I...
Chiefs-
So right before you so rudely interrupted me a minute ago, I was getting ready to say I thought that's who they were going to target this round. I was like, look out for Noah Sewell. No longer.
Yeah, he's out, man.
I'm thinking Zach Kuntz could be a target. Safety Christopher Smith. Even though he just took a safety. I don't think he double dip, but you never know.
No, I think Chris Smith's out. I just don't think they'll go there. He kind of.
What about do you think they would double dip at tackle? Because Jalen Duncan's still available, and they actually liked him. They talked to him.
It's a possibility. I mean, Wanya is a guy that goes back and forth. You know, he can play anywhere, so it's possible.
Yeah, but Dwayne McBride's still out there. Trey Palmer's still out there. Davis Allen, tight end from Clemson. Cornerback Carrington Valentine from Kentucky. You got some guys still out there. More than likely, they're going to pick somebody that we're not thinking. Someone not on the radar.
For sure.
Let's go check out our poll here. So far, 81% think Braylon Speaks was the worst pick over Clyde and McCole Hardman. I mean, it depends on which way you're looking at it, I suppose. I mean, I guess overall, yeah, he's been the worst player of the 3. Clyde, the biggest bust of the 3. McCole Hardman, the worst choice of the 3. Because you passed up DK Metcalf. We could have had an X receiver with Patrick Mahomes in the bag. But instead, we got McCole Hardman, who complained about not getting enough targets throughout his first 3 years and then went to the Jets.
Right.
Getting ready to end this poll, so if you haven't voted yet, go vote on that. Get that in real quick. I'll end that, and then I might start us another one to see who the Chiefs might take here in the 5th.
Sorry. I'm talking trash to people on Twitter. That's what I do.
It's a good thing to do.
You know, people irritate me. How are you going to go in there and talk trash about, Travis Kelce having a good time?
What?
Having a good time,
Travis
saying
Kelce's having fun.
He's cringy and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude.
He is a little, but that's just Travis Kelce.
Sean Clifford has been taken by the Packers. The Packers took a quarterback. I'm guessing to be the Jordan Love replacement from Penn State. This is a huge reach again. Jaron Hall on the board. Tanner McKee is still on the board. Max Duggan, Malik Cunningham, Tyson Bagent is still on the board. So many good quarterbacks, and they take Sean Clifford from Penn State. Such a weird pick, in my opinion, but it is what it is.
That's very strange. Yeah, so the Twitter poll I put up, how do you feel about the Connor pick? 71% of Twitter love that pick. 25% say they're confused as hell, and 4% hate it. So, I mean, that's pretty good, actually. I figured more people would have been more confused about it than love it.
Dude, but, I'm curious. We're up to 99 people here. If you're new, thanks for hitting the thumbs up. Hit the sub button. Help us. Just take 5 seconds, hit the sub button. You don't even have to like us to hit the sub button. Believe me, YouTube won't even promote our videos to you. You won't even know you're here. You won't even know we're here. So just go ahead and hit that for us. And let us know what you think of the Chiefs draft. Let us know in the comments which team you think's had the best draft so far. And you can't say the Eagles. The Eagles are just out here taking every Georgia player they can get. They're even trading for Georgia players. Like, come on, that's lazy. That's lazy work. Okay? Like, that's just ridiculous.
It is.
So let us know in the comments what you grade the Chiefs draft and who you think has had the best draft so far.
All right, the poll. I ended the poll. Breland Speaks, 78% worst draft. Brett Veach draft pick ever is what you guys have decided. Scott Crosser wants A.T. Perry. I think there's a lot of people with you, man. And it looks like he's going to be down there.
Guys,
absolutely.
I want to explain something to you right now. The Buffalo Bills just took a wide receiver here, and they did not take A.T. Perry. They have taken Justin Shorter out of Florida, 6'4", 223. Justin Shorter had 29 catches last year for 2 touchdowns. That's all the production he had. He was number 248 on the big board, and they have taken him at pick 150 over players like A.T. Perry. This is quickly becoming the most crazy draft in the history of drafts. We're going to look back on this in 10 years and be like, what happened?
They're thinking they're getting another Gabe Davis, probably just a big guy that can come in and produce. Because Josh Allen, let's get this straight. Josh Allen, he's not the most accurate quarterback. He just likes to throw up prayer balls to people.
So A.T. Perry's 6'5".
Is he really?
You took Justin Shorter over 6'5".
I thought I didn't know he was 6'5". That's crazy.
Parker Washington from Penn State still on the board at wide receiver. Let's just look at the wide receivers. Let me bring them up on our big board. Because I am amazed that Justin Shorter goes this early. This is chaos. A.T. Perry, we have ranked number 87. He's still on the board. Parker Washington, 110, still on the board. Trey Palmer, 124, still on the board. Kayshon Boutte out of LSU, number 146, still on the board. Raheem Jarrett, Jalen Cropper, Bryce Ford Wheaton, Ronnie Bell, Puka Nacua, Xavier Hutchinson. All these guys went before that we thought should have went before Justin Shorter. This draft is insane. It's just crazy.
Gat Black says you got 99 viewers, but a Veach ain't one.
Hey, Veach is that one guy keeping us from 100.
Actually, Veach is probably on here watching, and he's like, anybody they mention, I'm not drafting. I'm going to draft someone they have no idea. He's drafting Harvey.
Veach watches our stuff sometimes. You know what? He won't come eat. He won't have dinner with us. We try to take him out for like wings and stuff all the time. He won't do it. He's a little jerk when it comes to going to eat with us. But other than that,
he's fancy.
Mike
he
Morris,
don't want wings.
Defensive end from Michigan, Mike Morris has come off the board to Seattle. So Detroit's back on the clock again, followed up by Tampa Bay. Steve, a sleeper for best draft, Tampa Bay. Kalijah Kancey in round 1, and they paired him up with Yaya Diaby.
Yes.
That is a killer
Beast.
defensive line they're building.
Man, they always tend to do good with defensive line. They just have. I mean, that's what killed us in the Super Bowl is the fact that we had a depleted offensive line and they had a killer defensive line. That's all there is to it. That's what got us beating that Super Bowl, and they're building it back up, dude. Those are two great picks. Who did they end up with in the third and the fourth? Did they get picks in those?
I'm not for sure. I'll have to look it up, bring it up. I'm just saying, like, that's two really good picks right there.
Absolutely, dude. They but you know what? They have their own problems. They have Baker Mayfield as their starting quarterback, so I mean they have their issues. They got Yaya Diaby in the third round. The second round, they took Cody Mauch. Dude, they've had a killer draft. Like straight up. So, yeah. Kalijah Cansey, Cody Mauch, Yaya Diaby. And then fourth round, they did not get a pick. So, yeah. Not bad,
Hey,
not bad.
Not a bad one. Detroit Lions select offensive tackle from William and Mary. A William and Mary offensive tackle.
Colby
Sorsdahl. Again, let's go to the tackle board and let's see who's on the board here. I am very curious what is being drafted here. Jalen Duncan and Warren McClendon were not selected before Kobe Sorsdahl. Nick Broker out of Ole Miss, Andrew Voorhees out of USC, Alex Forsyth, Ryan Hayes, Trevor Reed, Richard Guriage, Jackson Kirkland, John Ojukwu, and I'm just amazed at some of these reaches in this draft, dude. I cannot get over it.
It's been strange, man. It's been strange. Extreme, about 13 picks outside of the Chiefs pick. I think they pick at 166, I believe, and we're sitting at 153 with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the clock. So about 13 more picks, and we'll see what Brett Veach got up his sleeve for this round, man. Still some good players hanging around.
There's great players hanging around because this has been the most reaching draft I've ever seen. But that doesn't mean anything. I guess the Chiefs will probably reach again.
Steve Adkins says, hit that like. It's free, and he knows where you live.
Oh, God, that scares me.
Gotta watch out for Steve Adkins. He could have a little bit of Jake Haener in him. You never know.
He could. Hey, man, we're kicking it off. We're in the mid-round 5. Round 5's going by at a snail's pace. We thought it was going to pick up, but it hasn't. Tampa Bay has their pick in right now, Steve. Not sure who they're going to take, but we just talked about Tampa Bay's draft, man. They've had a pretty good draft. I don't know what they're going to do here. We're going to find out pretty soon. My source from the green room is completely tapped out. They've quit. They don't want to be there anymore. They're tired. We're not going to be that far ahead ever again. We've lost our insider. It's not happening. Everybody's being bored to death here with all the reaching going on. And, yeah, they're just tired, man. They're all drafted out, it looks like.
Man, people get that way. It's so exciting early on, but then when they realize how grueling it actually is, some people do tap out. But it's a process, that's for sure.
Scott says we should double dip at OT, edge, and wide receiver. Man, I'm for whatever, you know. I really am. At this point, I just don't know. Okay. The Buccaneers have taken another Pittsburgh guy to pair up with Kalijah Cansey. Linebacker, Servokia Dennis. Pretty good linebacker. He's undersized, but he can get to the quarterback. That's his big thing, but he's a little undersized at a linebacker. I'm kind of curious. Oh, my God, not Jake Haener again. Why is he here?
He's back.
He's watching. If you don't hit the like button, Jake Haener will come eat your family. Look at him. He's a cannibal.
He don't care, man.
I feel like he would sell car insurance.
Yeah, he could work at State Farm.
Hey,
got the red shirt and everything.
Everybody leave in the comments, if Jake Haener doesn't play football, what does it look like this guy does for a living? I'm curious.
Eats people.
Like, what do you think his occupation is?
Cannibal.
He kind of looks like a chiropractor. Like, he'd pop you and kind of just, like, try to find parts of your body he'd like to eat.
You know, I'm questioning myself here. I'm like, why do I look at Jake Haener? He's a nice, clean-cut man. Why do I think he eats people? Like, what is it? Is the eyes? Is it the eyes that really get? I don't know. I think so. Cindy thinks so. She said the eyes are scary.
Yeah. Hey, man, it is what it is. The Seattle Seahawks have drafted Olu Watami, center from Michigan. That's a pretty good pick. That's not too much of a reach. It looks like the Seahawks are sticking to their board, and the Seahawks are actually drafting a pretty good draft. So they just took back-to-back Michigan guys. Apparently, they couldn't get their hands on any other film but Michigan film. So good for Seattle. Good for Seattle. They're drafting all Michigan guys.
Ken Caldwell says that he looks like he works for Roto-Rooter. Gat Black says he's a youth pastor. I could see that one. Ruben says he's a cannibal accountant. I like that. It's a good one.
That's a good one.
PJ Castleman says it's because he looks like Dahmer. He does have a Dahmer vibe. It's just something about him.
He's got a Jeff
Steven,
Dahmer
what's up,
vibe.
Steven? He says he's an undercover Dracula for sure. Absolutely.
Steven, you're right, man. That's why he's going to New Orleans. That's like a perfect place for vampires down there, man. We get it.
Daniel, what's going on, my man? Good to see you.
What's up, Daniel?
Good draft so far for sure. He says we finally have a mix of small, speedy receivers and big body receivers. Yeah, I think Rashee Rice brought us a new element, and I'm digging it, man. And Mahomes likes him. If Mahomes likes him, we got to like him because there's something to it. Nicholas wants to know where was Zach Kuntz mock to go. I actually had the Chiefs taking Zach Kuntz in round 4. So he's still hanging out. So that's a possibility in round 5. Chiefs Live says he's surprised A.T. Perry's still on the board. Same here. I'm still confused that he's 6'5". I didn't know he was that huge. Like, I've watched his tape and everything, and he didn't look like a monster out there like that to me. But that's crazy, dude. Crazy size for a receiver. A.T. Perry would be a good pick here in the 5th. Stephen James says Hayner also looks like he's a part owner of Papa John's Pizza. I could see him being like a GM. Maybe.
Would you guys quit talking about pizza? Please.
I know I want
I'm
pizza.
Hungry. I'm starving to death. I need some pizza in my life. Should I order one? Let's order.
But I could see Jake Hayner in that picture. He could be like the GM. He's like the general manager of a Papa John's, but actually he works for the drug cartel, like Gustavo Fring and Breaking Bad. Like, he's all clean cut and looks nice and everything, but really he's working for the cartel at Los Pollos Hermanos. That's a good one.
Hey, Cindy says those eyes, man. They're scary.
Yeah, I saw that. Cato says that he looks like a stockbroker hooked on coke. I think that's a good one as well. So I think we all have a mutual feeling about Jake Hayner. He's just terrifying looking.
Dude. The way it's going, do you think the Chiefs are really going to... Do you think we move up? Do you think we sit here and take Jaron Hall? I'm telling you guys, they're infatuated over this quarterback. The way we've been drafted...
I don't think so.
Hey,
but maybe.
Taking a quarterback in round 5 just sounds like something Veach would do. Why not? We don't need a quarterback.
I mean, you actually predicted that in your draft, I think. Farquad with a 2-bomb. Appreciate it, man.
Farquad,
it goes to the pizza
for
fund.
my pizza fund. I'm about to do it. Farquad, look.
Doing the Lord's work.
I got the Slice app. I don't know. You guys are never going to see this. I got the Slice app. Look, cheese pizza, $19.49. But then I got to pay like $30 delivery fee.
Look,
because,
I just think it is what it is. I'm going to put a poll up, actually. I'm not going to tell you what it is until it's up there. So you guys keep an eye out for a poll. All right.
yeah.
So 49ers just took Darrell Luter Jr. That's a good pick, actually. He's a good corner late in this draft.
Yep, that's not too bad. Darrell Luter, we had, well, I will say we had Darrell Luter rated behind a few other guys. So, again, another big reach. I don't know, man. It's just been a wild one. This has been a wild one. Darrell Luter went before Jalen Jones, Corey Trice, Eli Ricks, Tre'Vius Hodges Tomlinson, Rajon Wright, Caillou Blue Kelly, Anthony Johnson, Starling Thomas. I could go on and on. Like, he was about 10th down my big board right there. So, Jordan McFadden has come off the board to the Chargers. He was a guard for Clemson. The Chiefs actually talked to Jordan McFadden a few times. That was a target for Brett Veach and the Chiefs, and the Chargers have now taken Jordan McFadden from Clemson.
All right, we got a community poll up. So make sure you guys vote on that one. Mike doesn't know what it is.
I do not have a clue.
Stephen James with the 2 bombs says, got to try the Nashville hot chicken pizza, bro. Never had a Nashville hot chicken pizza. I love Nashville hot chicken, but I've never had it on pizza. That's interesting.
Good, man. What? That sounds awesome. I don't even know if that's a possibility here. I know what I could do. I could just get chicken on my pizza and then just put a little Nashville hot sauce on it. Why not?
Kip wants to know if we have a Casey's near us. The closest one to us, man, is about probably a good 60 miles up the road, man.
I think maybe further. I think it's about 80.
It's in Beaver Dam, Kentucky, I believe, is where it's at.
Well, we have one on the way to Nashville. We go to Nashville, and there's one on the way there, exit 6 in Kentucky. I forget the name of it. It's where Kenny Perry's golf course is.
They're both about 60, 70, 80 miles away, so.
Love their pizza,
man,
though.
Casey's Pizza would have been nice.
Casey's would have been awesome, nice. Dude. Brian
Parrott says, Steve was late, so y'all got to go with Pizza Lunchables. Pizza Lunchables suck, man. It's like, they don't taste bad, but they're overhyped. Why does everybody act like that they're so good? I don't ever understand that one. Ruben, yeah, Levis got picked. The Tennessee Titans traded up and took him in the second round. Yeah, pretty good landing spot for him. I think he's got a good chance of taking that team over because they've got to do something different than they've been doing. That's all there is to it. They've just been running Derrick Henry in the ground for how many years now? I don't think that strategy's paying off too well, so I think it's a good landing spot for him. Kip Carnes says they have a great taco pizza. I love taco pizzas. Man, Jack's, they make the oven pizzas. They're like the little frozen ones. I think they're only like $4 or $5 at Walmart. But they used to have a Mexican pizza that was amazing. And I can't find it ever anymore. It just disappeared.
Yep. Taco.
Got Black says, how far apart are you two? About 20 minutes. Is it a 20-minute drive, 15-minute drive? I don't know. It's not too bad. He's probably, 10 to 15 miles up the road from me, but he's on actually the road that separates us is 31 with Fort Knox. The Gold Vault's in between us, so it's a little hectic through there sometimes.
Gold Vault, baby. You know what? I'm about to go there and get some of that gold so I can afford a pizza.
I love gold. What was Austin Powers? Gold. What was his name?
Goldfinger. Wait, what was it? Goldmember. Oh,
Goldmember, yeah. Young Cray says, can't believe Trey Palmer's still on the board. Man, I'm the same. I think Palmer offers you a lot, man. I think he'd be a good fit for Kansas City. So if they were to double dip at receiver and take a Trey Palmer, I wouldn't be mad at that whatsoever. That guy can take a screen pass for 50 yards at the drop of a hat, and he also gets separation in running deep routes. The guy has a second gear that people can't match. He runs a 4.3. That would be a cool pick. John says Jalen Duncan may be available when we pick. If he's still available, it strikes me as a good guy. Yeah, we actually have visited with Jalen Duncan. They like Jalen Duncan, and we could definitely double dip at tackle. So I wouldn't be too mad at that pick either. Obviously, people like to see the flashy picks, the weapons, the wide receivers, the running backs, the tackles, they're not as sexy of a pick, but sometimes that's what you got to do. Hey, Austin Lindsay says he's finna have to order a taco pizza. Man, pizza's going crazy in the chat. It's making everybody want pizza. Extreme says California Pizza Kitchen had a great pizza that was awesome. Don't know if they're still in business. I think so, and they actually make frozen pizzas too. You can buy them at the store, California Pizza Kitchen. I don't know if I've ever seen the Greek pizza. Kenny Caldwell says, better than Casey's, he has a Japanese hibachi grill across the street. Yeah, love Japanese food. That's probably second to third favorite on my list. Mexican food is the number one. End all be all. It always will be. And then after that, it gets a little fuzzy. But I love me some Japanese food. There's actually one up the road from me that just opened, hibachi, and they're pretty good.
Green Bay just traded up. Green Bay traded up right here.
8 picks to KC, John says. Everybody
Yep.
get ready. Brace yourselves for this one.
Yep.
That means he could be trading up any second because he's traded up every round so far except the first. So,
Green Bay, they've double dipped at tight end, they double dipped at edge, and do they double dip at wide receiver and take Trey Palmer right here? I don't know. I want to know. Okay, Steve, put up a poll really quick. Would Chiefs fans rather see Trey Palmer right here, a double dip at wide receiver and take a Trey Palmer, or would you rather have Jalen Duncan? Those are the two picks. Would you rather as double dip at tackle or double dip at wide receiver? And if so, Jalen Duncan or Trey Palmer? I'm kind of curious.
all right. Well, I'm entering my poll now. The poll was, should Mike grab a pizza and join me here for the live stream, or should he just stay at home? 94% of people said, get the pizza and join your bro, Mike. Only 6% said, don't do it. Steve sucks by himself. So those 6% of people, they can deal with me.
I think you should get a pizza and come to me since you hung me out for an hour.
Man, you did good, though.
Hey.
You did really well.
I don't even know how I set this up. I never did it before. I just guessed at everything.
You did it right.
I? I don't even know if I've got the internal settings right. So this might all get deleted as soon as we turn it off. Who knows?
You watched me do it once, I think. So
yeah, I kind of had an idea. Not really.
Okay,
I even played the intro. I even played the intro somehow. I don't even know how I figured that one out. I'm just going to play the intro again right
look
now.
At
do you guys want to see the intro
don't
again?
Do it.
No, I'm joking.
No, they don't. Okay, so the poll is, would you rather see the Chiefs take...
Why did you bring him up again?
I didn't, did I?
Why are you making
that? Was you.
Why are you making the creep Hayner do this? What's happening?
Green Bay. Did that.
Green Bay did take another wide receiver, but it was not Trey Palmer. It was Datavion Wicks, wide receiver out of Virginia. Another reach, another strange pick over A.T. Perry, over Parker Washington, over Boutte, Raheem Jarrett, over Xavier Hutchinson, over Puka Nacua, over Bryce Ford Wheaton. Datavion Wicks was ranked number 233 on most big boards. That is insane. What is happening, Steve? What is happening?
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's been strange, but it's good for the Chiefs because the more these good players fall, the more options we have available. That don't mean Brett Veach is going to take any of those options, but they're there if we want them.
True. It's true. The Jaguars are on the clock right now. Steve, let me know what you think of the Jaguars draft so far. The Jaguars are coming up in the AFC. They're a little contender with the Chiefs now.
Yes,
what do you think of this
they
draft?
Are.
What do you think of this draft? Anton Harrison, Brenton Strange, tight end from Penn State, Tank Bigsby, Auburn, Ventrell Miller, Florida, Tyler Lacey, Oklahoma State, Yasir Abdullah, Louisville. I think it could be that leaves a lot to be desired, in my opinion. I like Anton Harrison, but
Brenton Strange was an odd pick that early. I think there were better tight ends out there.
Kind of odd, to be honest.
Tank Bigsby also an odd pick. I think there were better running backs available. I think if you're going to go with that type of running back, you go with Dwayne McBride all day over Tank Bigsby. But that's just me. And
nobody has drafted Dwayne McBride yet, and we're almost out of the fifth round. Jacksonville. Okay, they added to it, Steve. Does this help? Does this help anything? They took safety out of A&M, Antonio Johnson.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I think they got great value there, and I think their best pick so far was Yasir Abdullah last round. That guy is a football player, man. I'm telling you, he'll be laying out juju just like Cisco did last year. You look out for him. So they've had a decent draft. I wouldn't say it was like anything groundbreaking, but they've had a decent draft. I like this comment right here. Amani says Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith getting overhyped just to be across the line from Trey Smith and Wanya Morris. You know it.
John says Antonio Johnson is a steal here. He is. Antonio Johnson was our number. Good Lord. Antonio Johnson was our number 65th player, I think, in the draft, and they got him at number 160. So they got him almost 100 picks later than he should have been drafted. Pretty insane, man. Pretty insane. I don't know what's happening with this draft, but I feel like some of these players, man, they look at them and they're just like, hey, you guys look like Jay Kaner. You look like the serial killer that eats people.
Right. Hey, we got 97 in here right now. If you're new to the channel, thanks for joining us. We're just hanging out watching this draft. We got a good Chiefs community built up. Great chat. Don't be shy. Get in there and leave some comments. Hit that like button. Hit that sub button if you haven't already. Join us at the All Chiefed Up Society here. We're building a good little community. It's fun. Yeah. Let's go look at the poll. I put up the poll. My poll was, who would you rather the Chiefs take in round 5? Offensive tackle Jalen Duncan, wide receiver Trey Palmer, or wide receiver A.T. Perry? So far, A.T. Perry in the lead with 41%, then Jalen Duncan at 34%. Only 24% want Trey Palmer. So that's kind of interesting to me. Me personally, would I rather have A.T. Perry or Trey Palmer? And I'm going to... I would like to see what A.T. Perry could do, as big as he is, in our offense. But we went and got Rashee Rice, who's that guy that likes to get after contested balls and stuff. So maybe Trey Palmer, the 4.3 blazing speed, you know that Andy Reid knows how to use that. So I would lean more towards Trey Palmer. And then Jalen Duncan, double dipping at tackle. Tackle depth's never bad, but I don't think it's necessary at this juncture. I just don't. Out of those three, I would probably lean towards Trey Palmer myself. So I'm in the minority. What about you, Mike?
I tell you what, I like A.T. Perry, okay, but again, I just don't think – I think we already took Rashee Rice. That's the big body. I don't think they'll take A.T. Perry again. We tend to go smaller receivers. I don't think they'll take either one of them. I think we'll take an offensive lineman here. I think we'll either take an offensive lineman. We may surprise somebody and take a linebacker or a corner, but I think we're going to go offensive or defensive line. I would be very surprised if it's a running back. I would be very surprised.
Brent says Tyreek's at Arrowhead right now, LOL. They should allow him in there. After running his mouth so much, you just stay out until you come get beat here. Otherwise,
boom.
Nah, it's cool.
We've hit the century mark. We got 100 eyes. We have 100 eyes.
Nice,
That's 200
nice.
eyes. Unless somebody only has one eye, or then I'm sorry. I apologize.
Mike, you got to be sensitive.
Okay, and so we may have 200 eyes in the room.
Kelly says you think they might be drafting a running back or a tight end next. It's a possibility, Kelly. This is about that time that they could pull the trigger on one of those. I would say if they do, maybe they get Dwayne McBride to have that third and short guy. You just come in and pound that ball. I kind of doubt it because he's not a good receiving back, and that's what they like. But it would be a cool pick. And then also, I still like Zach Kuntz out there. I think that he offers a lot of athletic ability. He's a good receiving tight end. I think he's somebody that could be molded under Travis Kelce. So be on the lookout for those two. Boats and Hose in the house. What's going on, Boats and Hose? Says, what's up? Are you guys happy with our draft selection so far? Yeah, man. So far, so good. The last one, Connor, the safety, a little bit of a head scratcher that we had to trade up to take a guy that was projected to go in the 7th round. But I think he's a good football player, and I trust Brett Veach's picks when it comes to defensive backs for sure. So far, so good on that. So can't complain.
NFL.com has A.T. Perry. He actually only checked in at 6'3.5", 198.
I didn't think he was 6'5".
Well, they listed 6'5" before he started the season. That's how much they exaggerate. But still, 6'3.5". That's pretty good size. What was Rashee Rice? Rashee Rice is 6'1". So
somebody probably measured the top of his hair and got the 6'5".
He's probably closer to
like
6'1". Let's be honest. The Colts have selected Will Mallory, tight end. That's a pretty good pick. We should start seeing a little bit of a run on tight ends. Chase Brown, running back from Illinois, goes to the Bengals right here. So another pretty good pick by the Bengals, man. They're loading up. Chase Brown, not a bad running back, and I think Joe Mixon's probably out the door. I think Joe Mixon will be gone.
Joe Mixon's a nutcase. That's all there is to it. He's got problems.
So we have the Vikings on the clock, then the Chicago Bears, and then your Kansas City Chiefs are up in 3 picks. This is going to get crazy, man. Minnesota's up right now. Let's see. The moment of truth,
shutting-
guys. Get those last
I'm
minute
shutting the
predictions
poll
in.
down. I'm shutting the poll down. It ended at 40% A.T. Perry, 35% Jalen Duncan, and 24% Trey Palmer. Jalen Duncan made a nice little comeback there. He almost matched up with A.T. Perry. You know, you guys know they're not going to pick any of those three because we're talking about it. It's going to be
for
someone
sure.
completely random.
For sure. If somebody can guess who the Chiefs pick right here, there's 99 people in the chat. If somebody can guess who this pick is, I will gift you a membership for a month. A monthly membership. I'll gift you if you can hit the pick right now. So get your picks.
Isn't it random? I think gifting memberships are random though. I don't know how that works.
Well, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. But if you get the pick right, I'll do something. I'll make sure that I get you in here somehow. Is gifting random?
Yeah.
Is it really random? A lot of people say
Even if
that,
it is, you can cash app on $5 and they can get a membership. How about that?
I'll do something. But you got to nail the pick. Young Craze says thoughts on Keandre Coburn. We like him. Maybe that's where they look. Maybe they're going to get beefier in the middle here. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. What do they have for running backs? I know you're not talking about the Chiefs. Are you talking about who's available right now? Who's available for running back? Let me take a look.
Well, we talked about McBride.
Right.
I think he's the top projected running back still on Mel Kiper's board.
I've got Dwayne McBride, Chris Rodriguez from Kentucky, Sean Tucker, Syracuse, Zach Evans, Ole Miss, Kenny McIntosh, Keaton Mitchell, Eastern Carolina, and Deuce Vaughn, K-State. Both of those have been linked to the Chiefs. So
Vikings took Jaron Hall, BYU, so he's gone, Mike.
Oh my
he's not
God,
going to be a Chief.
that was it. I bet Brett
Not going to be a Chief,
crying
son.
a little bit. I bet he's crying a little bit. That kind of
He might
makes me a
be.
little sad, man. Straight up.
And Nikki says to remind you that some of us aren't watching; we're just listening. So. Man, I can't believe they took Jaron Hall there, dude.
I
That's
cannot
crazy.
believe they took Jaron Hall. I just really cannot. That makes me sad a little bit. I wanted to see what he would do in a Chiefs uniform, but I guess
Right.
when you got Kirk Cousins, you got to go get somebody because Kirk Cousins is a loser. Let's just be honest, he sucks.
Yeah. Hey, Nick, this is what I was talking about with Zach Kuntz, man. Like, there's a lot of potential. There's a high ceiling, 6'7", 40-inch vertical, and a 4.55 40. This guy is a freak. And I think if he sat behind Travis Kelce for a while, you never know what could happen, man. Especially, I mean, we got Noah Gray. Noah Gray's a lot better than people give him credit for, and I think he's going to be solid. And then, of course, you still have Jody Fortson if he can stay healthy on the field. So Zach Kuntz would fit right in that room.
Brian Parrott says, if this pick stinks, we're down to a C-.
Yeah.
I mean, we're
possibly.
getting close. We're getting close on my board. We're at B-. If this pick, again, I hate rating them like this because we haven't seen them play. I don't know what they're asking Kamari Connor to do. Let's be honest. If you're only asking him to come in and be a special teamer, it's not his fault that we drafted him in the 4th round. It's not. So I hate being mean to the kid, and I refuse to do it. But, okay.
Right.
Doug says interior offensive lineman. You know, this is where I was thinking Bradbury, but he's gone. So no idea, man. No idea. Steve Atkins says J.L. Skinner. You want to go with another safety, says Steve Atkins. Okay. Chiefer says you can't pick who you gift. That's true. You cannot, but I'll have to somehow figure it out. Okay, so
Stephen
the Bears,
James says it should be a hoodie or a camo hat.
The Bears took
that'd
Terrell
be cool.
Smith, corner, and the Chiefs are now on the clock. So the Chiefs are on the clock here.
Chiefs
at
are on the
166.
clock. Exciting stuff. Speaking of the hoodie and the camo hat, our store, if you go to our store, you can buy whatever over there. You get 15% off for draft weekends. Draft 15 is a promo code. So if you guys want to cop a hoodie, a hat, a beanie, a cup, a tumbler, whatever it might be, go grab it and use that draft 15 promo code and get 15% off for the rest of the weekend. And man, I'm excited. What are we going to do here, man? Put your best guess in the comments as fast as you can. I want Chris Rodriguez from Kentucky. Is what I want. It's not what I'm going to get. I think this could be where Deuce Vaughn comes in. This could be a
You
lot of
actually
different
said
things.
Dwayne
Pick is
McBride
in. The pick is in.
is not what the Chiefs like, but McBride is 5'11", 215. That is the exact size of Kareem Hunt when he played here and got drafted.
Yeah, but he's not a good receiving back. That's what my point was.
Well,
He doesn't catch the ball.
I think he could receive, so we'll see.
I'd be pumped with that pick as well. Chris Rodriguez, same. He's a good receiving back, and he is also a bruiser.
Right.
Oh man, the pick is in, folks.
The pick is in. The Rams are on the clock. Again, my green room guy has completely quit, so we're not getting picks before he's drunk, he's tired, he's gone. It's not happening. Who will the Chiefs take here, man? Your guys' guess is as good as ours right now. Brett Veach is a wild one.
Isn't Vaughn a tiny guy? Farquad says yes, he is very tiny, and I think it's going to be a big problem for him in this draft. I really do. I don't think teams want to take a shot on him. If you remember Darwin Thompson, he had that problem. He was just too tiny.
We're just waiting. We're waiting.
We're
waiting patiently.
For Veach. Who's crying crazy on TV? Chase Brown going to the Bengals. I'd cry if I had to go to the Bengals too, man.
Me too, man.
It's upsetting. Yeah, that's not tears of joy. He's upset. He's like, I have to say "Who Dey" and sound like a fool. I don't want to do it. It's so quiet. The quiet before the storm.
Everybody's waiting. There's a few guesses in the. There's a few guesses in here. Reach says trade. It's not being reported as a trade on my end, so.
No, the pick's in. The pick is in. It has been reported the pick is in. We're just trying to figure out who it is.
Is it Romo from Texas? Is that the pick? No, Mike, you did not do that. No.
Mike's trying to make it a mystery. Closing out windows he shouldn't close out.
There goes my entire draft board again. 2 days in a row.
You do that every day.
Good Lord. It's B.J. Thompson, edge rusher from Stephen F. Austin.
Boom.
This seems early for B.J. Thompson still. We
It
had him
is
as a
early.
round 7 pick, but we did call that. All Chief did call that pick.
Yes.
We called it.
Absolutely.
We called it in the, 7th round, I believe. We called it as a 7th round pick. We picked it here at the end of round 5. So, again, it fits the theme. We reached, but we still got the player that we picked. So, B.J. Thompson is a linebacker, but he will play edge as well. He's kind of a poor man's B.J. Ojulari. He's fast off the edge. He's quick off the edge. He can rush the passer. He had a lot of production at Stephen F. Austin, and I believe he played at Baylor before Stephen F. Austin. So yeah,
Man,
it doesn't surprise me.
The pick doesn't surprise me at all. Where they picked him surprises me. I don't know why he's a 5th round pick. I feel like he could have been a 7th rounder. But this could be the same situation as Connor, where we have them graded a lot lower than actual NFL scouts do. It's just one of them things, man. Like if they think that's where they got to get him to get their guy, that's what they do. But good Lord, that's a reach, in my opinion. And obviously, John thinks the same because he said the same exact thing I said. Good Lord, Veach is really reaching this year.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I think we're reaching.
I can't defend that. I can't defend that.
Every team is reaching right now. I don't understand it. It has to just be there's a disconnect between what we're being told, what we see on film, and what these guys are actually looking at, because I just don't know. B.J. Thompson, 6'6", 240. He's 6'6", 240. He's out of Stephen F. Austin State. He went to Baylor. He was a first-team All-Western Athletic Conference pick in 2021. He started all 12 games. He had 12.5 tackles for loss, 9.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. He was a first-team pick again in 2022. His production dipped off a little bit. He had 25 tackles, 6.5 for loss. He forced a team-high 3 fumbles in 11 starts. It said that his draft projection, according to Lance Zierlein from NFL.com, was a round 7 / UDFA, and that's exactly where we had him slated to go, was round 7 UDFA. So again, Brett Veach and everybody is reaching. Like, everybody's just reaching. That's all there is.
Very strange. It's very strange.
It's weird, man.
Lego in the house. What's going on, my man?
What's up, Lego?
Man, I'm about to put a poll up. I'm going to poll it. I'm going to see what you guys think. I put one on Twitter, and I'm going to put the same poll on here. We'll see what the consensus is. I see Chris Wright still out there gifting everybody memberships, doing Lord's work. Thanks, Chris. We appreciate you, man. You're awesome. If I haven't said that today, I should have said it 3 times. You're amazing. Thank you. So I got the poll up. Huge reach for B.J. Thompson or no? Let us know what you think. Because if I could click it, I would click.
This is 100% reach. There's no way that you guys aren't clicking 100% reach. The Houston Texans select linebacker from Alabama, Henry To'oTo'o.
To'oTo'o. That's a good value. Good value on
That's
him.
good value.
Yeah.
Veach, I feel like, I don't want to say Veach is slacking this year, but it feels like Veach is slacking this year. I feel like he's going toe-to-toe with some of these GMs, and these GMs are kind of whipping up on him a little bit.
Cato says, yo, guys, mark my words. We're going to pick up D-Hop after the draft watch. With the way this draft is going, Brett has something big under his sleeve. You would think so. But still, what would be the point of still reaching on these guys if you know you're getting D-Hop? I mean, you still want to get the best value available, and B.J. Thompson just wasn't it at that juncture. I'm sorry. He could end up being a really good edge rusher. I'm not saying he can't, but I do not think we need to take him in the 5th round whatsoever. Chiefs Life says B.J. Thompson is one of the most athletic rushers in this year's class. He's very raw and doesn't fit the Spags mold, so interesting pick. I would think it would have been a decent, good, interesting pick in round 7. I could deal with round 6. Round 7 would have been more fitting. Round 5, don't like it that much. He is 6'6", 250, so he's a big boy. Man, I tell you, Brett Veach, he always drafts off of projection, right? Like, what do they think they're going to do? It don't matter where they think they should be taken in the draft. If they think they're going to produce, he'll take them early. And John seems to think that he's the next Joshua Kando. Very likely that could be it, man. It's kind of a coin toss here. He could prove us wrong, or he could be one of those head scratchers for years to come.
Yeah, I agree. I'm still just digging into this a little bit. I'm just amazed at all the reaching going on in the draft. But it's happening everywhere. The Cardinals actually just took linebacker Owen Popo out of Auburn. That's 2 linebackers in a row now. If you count B.J. Thompson as a linebacker, that's 3 in a row. So there's a huge run here. B.J. Thompson, I wanted to find his RAS score. I know you guys are familiar with RAS scores. I wanted to throw that up for
Relative
you guys. So
athletic score.
Yeah. So here it is. Here, I'll just put it on screen. Let me put it on screen for you guys. Here we go. His RAS score, he rated a 9.03 out of 10. His weight is where he got knocked, and his strength, his bench. He only benched 225 13 times. He rated less than a 1 on that. So as an edge rusher, he's got to get stronger. He ran a 4.6 40-yard dash, a 2.84 20-yard split, and a 1.57 10-yard split. His shuttle was not very impressive, to be honest. His 3-cone was okay. His broad jump was in the 90th percentile, and his vert was in the 90th percentile. So he's explosive, but he's just not strong. And when you're not strong and you only weigh, what is it? This dude only weighs, right here, 243 pounds. If you're only 243 and you're not very strong in your upper body, you're going to get dominated by offensive tackles, especially good offensive tackles. So I could see this being very much a pick where B.J. Thompson kind of floats around, and I could totally see the comparisons between, some of the UDFAs we've got or some of the people like Malik Herring that we cannot get on the field. B.J. Thompson kind of fits the mold. But I do hope he does better than we think. We're never cheering against anybody. We're never rooting against anybody. So we'll see.
Yeah. So Chiefs Live says Thompson has more bend and is more ready to play than Kando was, but both were raw. Yeah, that's I think a little better athlete than Joshua. Different. Lego says I just got off work. Man, I'm sick of making waffles. Man, waffles don't sound bad either. We've been talking about pizza over here, but that's awesome. At least you're out of there. John, he says, Lord, I lost it. I'm sorry. I don't know what John said anymore. Oh, he was saying that they, with A.T. Perry on the board and some of these other guys on the board, it's just a sick reach right there, man. And I can attest to that. I think it is. I think that there were a lot of good players with good value on the board that probably deserve to be taken over B.J. Thompson. But then again, we don't get paid the big bucks to think like Mr. Veach. So
I will say, people were so on A.T. Perry. I even seen him mock to the Chiefs in round 1. I don't remember if it was Chiefs
that's
Wire.
crazy.
I don't remember if it was Arrowhead Pride. One of them, at some point in this mock draft season, mocked A.T. Perry to us in the first round. And I remember when I seen it, I almost threw my phone. I said, there ain't no way this kid's coming here. And how dare you influence Chiefs Kingdom like this, because it's ridiculous and you just done that because I don't know why. You guys don't know what you're watching over there, if that's what you're saying. And, yeah, it got everybody on the A.T. Perry bandwagon. He's been on, everybody in Chiefs Kingdom's been on the A.T. Perry bandwagon since that come out. It's been months. Even our own dad likes him. Pops, he loves A.T. Perry. I'm like, would you all watch the film and just stop watching the highlights, man? This guy is lazy and he doesn't finish his routes. Yeah, this is why A.T. Perry's fallen. It surprises me he's fell this late, but it does not surprise me that he wasn't a round 2 or round 3 pick. That does not surprise me. Go watch some of his full games. Yeah, he just gets taken out of the game too easily. So I blame Chiefs content creators that hype up certain things. They hyped up,
right.
And we were part of it a little bit. We all hyped up DeAndre Hopkins so much. And let me tell you, but we kept it real with you. We told you that the likelihood of D-Hop was probably 50-50 at best. But yeah, they hyped that up. They hyped up all the trades in round 1. They hyped up all the big moves. And then Brett Veach is he's moved up, but he didn't move up in round 1. That kind of irritated people. He's not taking the flashy names, and he's reached. I get it. That's what Brett Veach does. But all off season, you guys have been hearing big names, big names, big names. I understand why you guys feel like this. I get it.
Yeah, it's a good point. Everybody gets excited for these flashy players, and it just doesn't happen very often. It don't. But if you dig in and you do your homework, you'll kind of get an idea of who Brett Veach and crew are looking at, because, I mean, we all had B.J. Thompson on our radar. Well, I don't know we all, but we did here at All Chiefs Up. We knew B.J. Thompson was a target. You can look at that on our mock draft 1.0. We actually had them taking Felix Anudike-Uzomah, and we had them taking B.J. Thompson. So on our very first mock draft we ever did for this year, we've actually hit 2 picks already.
Throw it on the screen. I'm curious.
I couldn't get it to open earlier. Our website's been so weird lately.
Right. I will say we tweeted out something about B.J. Thompson. Keep an eye on him on March 13th. March 13th is when we tweeted that out about keep an eye on him, and the Chiefs actually met with him right around that same time. It's not a surprise. The surprise with B.J. Thompson is that we didn't do it in the 7th round. We did it in the 5th. That's your surprise. That's the surprise. Again,
right.
Brett Veach and them, they see things that we don't, and that's totally fine. They're the ones doing it. Cato says, yeah, Mike, but I think those are 3 attributes that can be coached up, actually, that can be fixed by the time the season starts. I would agree there's certain things that can be coached. with A.T. Perry, what can't be coached is his hustle and the willingness to finish his plays. If you do not have that drive as a wide receiver and a football player, if you have to coach that into you that you want to play hard, you don't want that kind of player on your team. You can't coach determination and drive and just the sheer want to. And A.T. Perry at times didn't look like he wanted to be out there. You can't coach that. That's why I think he falls. I don't want a player that don't want to come in and give me effort. I'll take B.J. Thompson all day if he puts in the effort.
Yeah, our mock draft, our website is completely down. It's not working whatsoever. Imagine that. Had a lot of trouble with it lately.
Yeah, our website's just really like it's botched up like really bad. I don't understand it. I don't.
But yeah, we had him taking B.J. Thompson in the 7th round with the last pick of the draft. So,
PJ Castman, what's up, PJ? He says, "What's the worst position the Chiefs are bad at drafting? Edge." It does seem like we miss on edge a lot. Edge is not one we hit. I just don't think we put high priority on edges. With Spags, he just doesn't put a lot of high priority on it. He wants a certain mold. He would rather be a certain height and weight and arm length than he would a playmaker. That's just all there is to it. He just doesn't care.
Yeah, I think that's one knock I have against Spag. I love Steve Spagnuolo, by the way. I think he's an amazing defensive coordinator. I think he catches a lot of crap for no reason. The guy's track record speaks for itself. I mean, he's won 2 Super Bowls with the Chiefs already. He's been here for 4 years. He won with the Giants, had an excellent defense there. But if I had one knock on him, he gets caught up too much in the measurements and things like that with these players, instead of just looking for good football players that make plays. Because sometimes that's what actually matters. It don't matter how long your arms are. Like that extra inch on your arm is not going to make a difference, as opposed to somebody that wants to get in there, make a play, and do their thing. So that's the one knock I would have on Spags, and we see that quite a bit on the edge picks. So I think that's why you think that we're bad at drafting edge. George Karlaftis was actually a good pick last year, I think. I think he's going to turn out to be pretty solid. So hopefully he can change that narrative a little bit. And then this year with Felix, Felix is not the typical Spags guy completely. He's kind of like a little more bendy and stuff that we've been wanting to see. So I think he might be trying to change the narrative. But this B.J. Thompson one, he's also off the script. So I think maybe they're trying to change the game up a little bit. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Mike, what are you diving into over there?
Watching
Fallout Boy? You watching Fallout Boy play?
No. Heavy.com is actually, Devin Clements just put up an article, and he says that the day 3 trade to get Kamari Connor may be spelling the end to L'Jarius Sneed in Kansas City. They said Sneed was a safety in college. They had pretty much the same exact film that will transition to nickel corners, and that they feel like this is Veach putting some pressure on him. Matt McMullen from the Chiefs actually tweets and says, "I take pride in my special teams. That's how I made my name at Virginia Tech. I take it serious." So Kamari Connor says he just wants to come in and play special teams, and they feel like Coach Dave Tobe had something to do with this pick. But they're saying that the underlining thing is that Sneed's 26 and he's looking for a new contract, and Veach may be doing this to try to pressure Sneed into signing something. This never works. This doesn't work. That just means Sneed's going to end up getting traded, or Sneed just won't sign. I just don't think that works in today's game. If you draft a defensive tackle in round 1, and you tell Chris Jones, well, we drafted a defensive tackle in round 1, so we're going to need you to take a pay cut and come back. Chris Jones is going to say, well, kiss my ass. I'm the best player in football, and you let a rookie come in and do what I do then, and he's going to hit the bricks. This doesn't work like it used to do back in the day, like drafting people for pressure. It just don't work.
No. I agree. I'll tell you the most confusing thing about this B.J. Thompson pick, Mike, that we have not mentioned. B.J. Thompson is 26 years old.
Right.
So that's insane. Like the fact that Brett Veach has been preaching youth and he's been showing that that's what he wants is to make this team younger and younger. You just put a guy on the team that's older than half our roster. Or you know what I'm saying? Like so that's a strange
He's
thing
older.
to me.
He's older than Charles Omenihu.
Yeah, that's insane.
And I
to
don't
think
think I don't think BJ Thompson's on the field the first year. So he's going to be
Right.
27 before he even probably takes a snap. I don't even know if BJ Thompson make the roster. I
Now,
mean,
BJ, let's be honest here. He's probably going to end up being a practice squad player, and we just reached for him in round 5.
I mean, we'll see. We said that last year about Jalen Watson too. Or at
Yeah,
least you did.
well, I'm trying to speak it into existence. Then, if we want him to be good, then I need to talk about how he's going to be a practice squad player.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
let me do it.
I don't want to be negative. I want to let him get his thing in. I'm just saying, so the picks today have seemed odd. I don't know. Kamari Connor, I'm going to go ahead and say that may be a message to L'Jarius Sneed. Maybe it's not. Maybe they're just
Later, Doug.
Maybe they just want Sneed to know that, hey, man, Sneed's constantly getting injured too. Maybe you just need somebody to back him up really well. Sneed's got so many head injuries, it's not funny.
Lego says he instead of A.T. Perry, he'd rather have Matt Landers or Trey Palmer. Yeah, I'm a Trey Palmer fan. Matt Landers, that's the dude from Arkansas, correct?
Yes.
He's a good one too. There's also another guy from Arkansas that you need to keep your eye on that the Chiefs like, and he might be a late round pick. But at this rate, it could be the next pick, and that's Jaden Hazelwood from Arkansas. They love him, so keep your eye on him. Trish says, hey guys, great coverage of the 2023 NFL Draft. Hope everything is doing good out there in Chiefs Kingdom. Thanks, Trish. Good to see you again. I was late to the party today, but other than that, I think we're doing all right. It's been a weird draft. It's been a weird day 3, that's for sure.
Hey, speaking of Gary Hamilton, Steve, I ran across this tweet. You got to hear this. Hey, everyone, I like athletes too, but damn, that RAS score isn't everything. Some of the best players in the NFL had bad RAS scores, and who could ever forget Ivan Drago had an RAS of 11.34 out of 10, and Rocky only had an RAS of 2.4, and he beat Drago because Rocky had the heart score of a 10 out of 10, and Drago was roided up, a roided up Soviet propaganda tool. That tweet right there, man.
That's what I was trying to say a minute ago, man. Like sometimes it's not about all the measurements and this and that. Sometimes it's about just finding a good football player that wants to win and wants to play. And Brett Veach has kind of been doing that the last few years, and it's worked out great with people like Nick Bolt and George Karlaftis. I mean, Creed Humphrey, Trey Smith. He finds some guys with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. So, yeah, I agree with that. I think it's funny.
Ivan Drago had 11.34 out of 10. He was hell.
Afternoon, Lenny. Good to see you, bud. Lenny and Chris, the dynamic duo, both in the house now. Good to see you guys.
What's up, man? Scott says, is wide receiver Hutchinson or Princeton wide receiver still available? They're both still available. Lots of good players available. Here, I'll run down the last few picks because we've kind of been raging about the Chiefs a little bit. Dallas took Asim Richards, offensive tackle, North Carolina. Vegas has now going to have Philadelphia sending flaming bags of poop to their doorstep because they have taken Christopher Smith, safety out of Georgia, and that is clearly an Eagles pick. So how dare they? The Buccaneers have taken Payne Durham, tight end from Purdue, and the New York Giants have taken running back from Oklahoma, Eric Gray. So we're caught up. San Francisco's pick is in, and the Rams are on the clock. The Rams now have 3 out of the next 4 picks to wrap up the 5th round. So we'll see, man. This has just been a wild one. It's been a wild draft, to be honest. We're starting to get into a lot of compensatory picks. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Beach says DT. DT, definitely. Yeah, we need a defensive tackle. We definitely need one. I don't know when they're going to pick it. Kind of with Brian Parrott here. I don't know where Brian is, but I feel like we've went to a lot of plan Bs. I feel like BJ Thompson may not have been the pick we wanted here. But I feel like Jaron Hall may have been it. As crazy as that sounds, I feel like Jaron Hall The Chiefs didn't want to trade out of it. They couldn't trade out of it, and they took B.J. Thompson because it was the next up on their board. I feel like in round 2 or round 1, they didn't get the guy they wanted. They settled. In round 2, they didn't get the guy they wanted. They settled. I kind of have that vibe a little bit. You're never going to get Brett Veach or anybody like that to admit to that. They're never going to do it. They're not going to demean the players they've taken. It's just got the vibe. I don't know how to explain it. I've been watching the Chiefs for 35 years, and I get it. Brett Veach drafts a little differently than everybody else, and it's hard to compare, but something just feels a little weird. There he is. It's a fine supporting cast, but we got our trophy poached. K-State ain't SEC. Exactly. That's exactly what I feel like is happening.
I was listening. I agree with you guys as well. I do think that we're doing a lot of Plan B. I just don't think this was exactly how they wanted it to go.
I don't think it can be. I don't understand it. It's just, I don't know. We shall see. Scott said, I think they really wanted Rice. Yeah, I think Rice might be the only player that we actually targeted and went and got. As in, that's who we wanted. And again, I'm going to tell you this. You got to be careful what Patrick Mahomes wants. Patrick Mahomes wanted Clyde Edwards-Helaire. We'll see how that worked out.
Right.
So
right.
Patrick Mahomes can throw with somebody. He can like somebody. That doesn't necessarily mean Patrick Mahomes is right. Patrick Mahomes is not a GM. Patrick Mahomes is a quarterback in the NFL. So
and Patrick Mahomes has not been on the field with him, so it's a whole different ball game as opposed to playing pitch and catch.
I get that that's what Patrick wanted, but that don't mean it's a slam dunk either, man. Because Clyde was far from it. We'd have been a lot better off taking a few other running backs out of that draft. Blue Eyed Devil, when do we pick again? I'm trying to find that for you. We pick number 1 in round 6, number 178. So we're coming up again really quick. We pick 178.
That's actually going by a little faster now. It had been slow.
Right. So 178 is when we pick again. So not too much further away. Let me see where we're at right now. The internet, everything's just being so slow. We're at pick 174. We pick 178. So the Rams are going to pick 3 times out of the next 4 picks, and you're going to have 3 Rams picks and a Colts pick, and then the Chiefs are back on the clock. So once the Chiefs pick in round 6, I believe we only got 1 more round 7 left. So it's going to be pretty slow from here on out. I tell you what we may do. I'll run it by Steve live. Do you think we should just cut the broadcast after the Chiefs pick here and go about our day and then come back and have Saturday Night Live? Or do you think we should just end this out and then forget Saturday Night Live?
I don't care. That's for them to decide.
Let's make a poll. Make a poll. It's either that or not, but I don't think we're going to be able to pull off both. The way this draft's going, we're going to be sitting here till at least 5 or 6 o'clock. So there's no way we end at 6 and go back live at 9. That's insane.
74% of people thought that B.J. Thompson was a huge reach. So just wanted to throw that out there.
Okay. The Rams take Warren McClendon from Georgia. The Rams are the next team up that the Eagles are going to send a bag of flaming poop to because they took their player. On the bright side, I don't think Philly's got any more draft picks, so they may have give the okay for people to start taking Georgia players. I tell you, if we call the broadcast at 178 and we end it, we do the final Chiefs pick, we'll give you, it's not their final pick, they'll have a round 7. But we can go to 178. We'll talk about the Chiefs pick. We'll get our thoughts. We'll wrap this up and then come back later tonight, and we can assess the entirety of the draft and we can talk with you guys. If that's something you want to do, let us know. If you want us to just stay on through here and skip tonight, that's cool too. It's all up to you guys. We're men of the people. But I'm on 3 hours sleep and I've not had breakfast and I didn't eat
poll
last
is
night either,
up.
so I'm kind of just.
Go grab something. I just grabbed this nasty Nutrigrain bar, Breakfast of Champions.
Right. Well, I'm going to hold out because the Chiefs are up in 3 picks, so we'll see. We may be in
at 3:30 p.m. eating my breakfast bar.
Right. I'm ready to go get something to eat, man, for real. But dude, we're down to 73 people. I think a lot of people are getting tired of the draft. I think a lot of people are draft fatiguing at this point. The NFL's taking forever. I thought they were supposed to speed this up. We're supposed to go to like 2 and 3 minutes per pick, and they're just not doing it.
So much discussion going on. Let's take a look at our Twitter polls real quick.
Joe says you guys can quit as far as I'm concerned. Thanks, Joe. You want us to quit YouTube. No, he says, get some food and rest. Not much happening after this. That's what I think. I think we're starting to get into the dog part of it. I don't think the Chiefs are going to do anything flashy from here out. It is true. Veach could go ahead and take that 7th and move on up and just get it over with. Maybe they want to go eat barbecue and have dinner too. Who knows? But there's been so much reaching going on in this draft. It's super hard to predict at this point. I see no reason to stay on here and beat a dead horse. Kip says go get pizza and a Bud Light. Kip, man, I tell you, I'm going to. I think I'm going to, man.
You know, Twitter is quite the opposite of YouTube, because I put the same poll about BJ Thompson being a huge reach. 74% on YouTube said that he was a huge reach. 73% on Twitter say that he was a no. That's where they should have picked him. He's a good pick. So that's crazy.
Okay.
I mean, I don't mind the pick.
Hey, Brian's spoken, man. He says dinner break. I think everybody needs a dinner break. Why don't everybody go get dinner? We'll reconvene back here. You guys let us know.
Oh, that's 75% right now. So
okay. So our next point of order is what time are we reconvening? We usually do 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. Does that still work for everybody? Steve, does that work for you first and foremost?
I don't even know what you just said, but yeah, let's do it.
9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. Is that working for everybody? Yeah, Kenneth says according to the time frame, the draft is going to go to 6 p.m. Central, so that's 7 our time. So, yeah, it's supposed to be going for another 2.5 hours, man. That's insane. Actually, 3.5 hours. What?
That'd be crazy.
Oh, Chris Wright drops a 20. He drops a 20 bomb. He says
20 bomb, baby.
Saturday night, and let's get some grub and Diet Dew. I'm with you.
I'm down.
I'm with you.
You the man, Chris. You the man.
Cindy, she says, I work nights. I'll be lurking for as long as I can. I hear you. Kenneth says that works. Scott Crosser said good with me. So I think that's what we'll do. So the Rams have taken Davis Allen. The Colts pick is in. The Rams are back on the clock again. The Rams just saved all their picks to the end of the 6th round or 5th round, whichever one we're in. I can't even remember at this point. I think we're in round 6. No, we're in round 5. So, yeah. So the Chiefs will get ready to pick in round 6, and then I think we're done. I think we'll wrap this up, and we'll get back on here tonight. We'll talk about the draft in total. PJ says, is it lunch, dinner in Kentucky, or is dinner supper?
It depends.
Dude, growing up, our mom used to say supper. And then now that we're older, we say dinner. It just kind of switched. I say dinner anyway. So it's weird.
I never say supper. I don't even use that word.
Yeah, I don't either. But when we were
kids, I do remember our mom saying it quite a bit.
Yeah. Thanks, Kato. He says, scratch that, bro. You guys are the best. Get you guys some rest. We appreciate it. Yeah, it's we're not getting sleep. We're running off 2.5 hours. At least I am. And it sounds like Steve had a pretty rough night too. We give him some.
I did.
We give him crap. Lenny with a 10. Lenny says SNL, money talks. Okay, I got you.
We see you, Lenny. We appreciate you, bud. That's awesome.
Hey, we're men of the people. But the money works too. And whatever you guys say.
Trish said, have a great dinner, guys. You too, Trish. Get something good. Man, what should we do? Like now you got me questioning, what should we do?
Let's go get pizza. Y'all want to meet us? You want to go to Jailhouse? That sounds awesome,
I ain't driving that far, bro. Not happening.
Bro, come on.
I just drove last night. I don't want to drive all the way there. I'll go to Owakanya. We can have some Mexican food.
Okay, that works for me. See how easy it is to convince me of
Mexican
work with food? I'll do it.
We can always meet on Mexican. All right, how many more picks we got here? 2 more, and then the Chiefs are on the clock.
Yeah, the Colts are up. The picks in.
What are we doing here? What are we doing?
They're taking
We're trying
all
to
day.
get it together.
This is what the NFL's done. They've decided to make the draft a 47-hour event. Dude, my source, by the way, on the inside has completely quit. They don't talk to me. They don't look at me. They don't text me. They don't care. They've quit. They've just all out quit. So, everybody. Lego My Ego says, Mexican food and a margarona. Hey, man, it looks like it is going to be Mexican food. Steve don't want to drive to get pizza, so we're doing Mexican food.
Boats and Hose is saying I should buy your dinner because I was late.
You should. That's a good idea.
I don't know if I like that.
I like it.
Mike
Boats
left
and
me
Hose.
hanging one time and left. I was by myself.
Yeah, but only for like 5 minutes. I had to pull like an hour today, bro. Man, you know, I didn't even know how to set this thing up. I was on here clicking. I couldn't look at pics. I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, it wasn't like as bad as like
whatever.
Garth. You know?
Whatever. Nick says that Coon's still available, right? Yes. As far as I know, he's still available. That'd be a good pick. Gary Holland says, what do we think of the linebacker they drafted? Talk about B.J. Thompson. We think he's a good player. He's a little old. He's 26 years old starting out, and he's not going to be contributing in rookie year, more than likely. I don't want to say that 100%. So that's a little odd. We did have the Chiefs taking him in the seventh round. So we knew he was a target. We just didn't think that he was a fifth rounder. So other than that, not bad on the pick for us. Kip Carnes with the 5 bomb says Chiefs and a Bud Light.
Kip, my boy.
Thanks,
Hey,
Kip, man. We appreciate that.
Yeah. It don't matter what we're eating. It don't matter what we're doing, you know. It's just Chiefs football. It don't even matter who we take. Let's all be honest. We've all been a little disappointed, maybe a slight little bit, some people more than others. But at the end of the day, are we not going to cheer for these guys like they're the best players in the world? Like, I don't care if we didn't win a game. I'm wearing Chiefs gear every day, and I'm telling everybody we're the best. And I'm doing everything because we're Chiefs diehards till we die, and it doesn't matter. So guess what? Kamari Connor, B.J. Thompson, welcome to the kingdom, baby. Puka Nakua is off the board, Steve.
Oh, see, that's a Chiefs target as well, I thought. But
the Rams,
he's gone now.
The Chiefs are on the clock. This is going to be the last pick of the day, ladies and gentlemen, for all chiefed up.
Did the Chiefs trade out?
Did we?
What pick were we?
We should have been the first pick of the 6th round, is what NFL.com was reporting.
What happened?
They traded out. The Cowboys have it. The Cowboys have traded up with the Chiefs.
I thought so.
The Chiefs have now moved all the way back to 194.
For
That's
what?
our 194 is our pick with Detroit. Hold up. That is not our pick with Dallas. We just give Dallas our entire pick for nothing in return. It has to be for a pick next year. Did we recoup the 5th for Kamari?
Why? We had 2. What's going on here?
We're picking
first. We
194.
reach for B.J. Thompson, and then we trade out.
Yep, we're picking 194. It's the pick we got from Detroit. It's Detroit to KC, so this has nothing to do with the Dallas trade. We traded out. Okay, look. Dallas doesn't want to play ball with us, but we'll play ball with Dallas when they want it.
Yeah,
I'd have told Jerry Jones to kiss my ass. That's what I would have said.
Yeah, for sure. I don't understand it. Let's see what we got in. Did you find what we got in return? Have that been put out yet?
No, it's not been reported. Nobody knows. Not loving it. I think the Chiefs should have sat there and picked. I think there was enough good players on the board. We could have sat there and picked. Would we have taken anybody?
Weird.
I don't know.
So they reach for BJ and then they trade out of the 6th.
Well, we still got a 6th round pick. It's just
right.
In a few.
I want to know what the return was. That's what I'm interested in right now. If anybody knows that, throw it in the chat. I don't see it yet. But I'm with you. I wouldn't have done it with Dallas. I would have told them to piss off.
Okay, here's what it's saying. 1 minute ago, the Chiefs trade Dallas. They trade the 178th pick with Dallas for a 2024 fifth-round pick. So they recouped the Kamari Connor pick. So we traded out for a complete – so we took – this tells me one thing. The Chiefs don't have many players in this draft that they're liking right now. They just won out.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that they've reached on the last two players by a lot, and now they're trying to trade out. I just don't think they see that many guys they like.
I don't think they like this draft, guys. I don't think they do. I think they've reached on a few players. That's the last two players that they thought that they could want, and now they're trying to get out. They'll probably take – they'll still draft their two picks they have left, the 1/6 and the 1/7, but there's no telling who you're going to see. I just don't think they – now, I tell you what, if they're targeting Deuce Vaughn, if that really is a target, they can take him in the 6th or maybe even the 7th. Deuce Vaughn's so little that he's probably not on a lot of draft boards. So maybe that's their mentality here. Like, hey, let's just get Deuce Vaughn and go to the house.
Right. Jan's wanting to know what's wrong with A.T. Perry. We talked about that just a little bit, Jan. It's good to see you, by the way. But A.T. Perry, I'm not for sure. Unless there's something we don't know, the only thing we can think of is if you watch his tape and you don't just watch his highlights, he is pretty lackadaisical. He doesn't work very hard. He doesn't run a lot of routes very well, takes plays off. Maybe it's something like that. That's the only thing that we can think. Got Crosser says, let's freaking go, Gary. Felix, Rice, Morris, Connor, BJ, I'm all chiefed up.
Scott
hey,
loves
man.
it.
I mean, it's not bad. It's just so confusing. Very confusing.
Well, okay, so we're down to a couple theories. We'll talk about this more tonight on Saturday Night Live. We'll talk about it. But one of the theories that Brian Parrott brought up, and I think it's a pretty good theory, he said that he thought they were targeting something splashy in the first round, and he thought it may have been Dalton Kincaid, and that the Bills took him to give us payback for last year's Trent McDuffie debacle. And when that happened, and then we couldn't trade with Dallas to go get Anton Harrison, that we had to pretty much take plan C in the first round, and then it kind of threw the draft off for us. That's a very good possibility. The second possibility is we really like these players, but there was a limited amount of players that we actually did like. And like Steve said, we had to trade up to take Kamari Connor. We had to trade up to take B.J. Thompson because these were the only players we actually liked. And now, late in the draft, we're trading the picks out because we don't even want to be in the draft anymore. There's nobody that we're loving here with value. So that's kind of where I'm sitting. Is it a bad draft? No, it's not a bad draft. Is it a sexy draft? Not at all. Not in the slightest. But is it a draft that maybe in 2 to 3 years we look back on and say, hey, Brett Veach kind of helped build some depth here? I think that could be what we're seeing here. So it's not flashy.
Well, I mean, I think that was the plan for this draft, in my opinion, was just depth. I mean, that's literally what it was. I thought from the get-go it would be best player available, and I think that's what they've done. They've picked out the players that they like, and that's what they went with.
This is a replication of the Brett Veach draft where he took Derek Nottie, he took Nick Allegretti, he took all these guys that people didn't love, and they ended up coming in. They found ways to get some playing time, found ways to get some
key
wins,
roles.
and they played some roles. I think this is a replication of that draft. I don't remember, what was it, 2019? Was that the draft? It wasn't his first one, I don't think. It was the second one.
It was 19 or 20.
Yeah, it's one of those drafts. That's what it's reminding me of.
Yeah, for sure. Carl Brooks just now went off to Green Bay at 179. That's a drop and a half. Carl Brooks, I thought, would be up a little higher.
Brian says, this draft class stunk. I said this class stunk. Y'all skipped over me. Hey, man, a lot of people said it was a deep class. I think there's some value in the corner position, and there's some value in the tight end position. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what Veach don't look at in the next two picks. Corner and tight end, maybe. Maybe the running back, maybe Deuce Vaughn, too. Trish says, go get you guys some dinner.
Go get your dinner, guys.
I'm about ready to. But I'm
so yeah,
you,
that's what I'm getting ready to say. So they're picking in 14 picks. So are we hanging until that pick or what? What are we doing?
It don't matter.
They're going pretty quick now. Carl Brooks went to Green Bay. Cottrell Clark, cornerback from Louisville, just went to the Arizona Cardinals. It confused me because I saw the Cardinal, I saw Louisville, and I thought that was his college logo. I was so confused, and now it makes sense. So yeah, Bucks are on the clock, and then we got, let's see how many picks until the Chiefs pick. 81. We're picking at 94. Got 13 picks.
It's a little bit of time. That's going to be another 20, 30 minutes. Gary says, Mike and Steve, why do you guys see the guy from Oklahoma offensive lineman? Wanye Morris, I think he'll be able to play. I had Wanye rated higher than McClendon. What's his name? Ryan at RGR. He liked McClendon. If you remember the draft we did with Ryan, he liked McClendon over Wanye, and I was like, no, I think Wanye's it, man. And he took McClendon. I let him take it. He was the guest, and I was right. So Ryan owes me a little bit of pizza or something.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good pick. Like I said earlier, it's kind of a boom or bust pick, right? Like it could either work out really well. I mean, he's played with Trey.
Steve, I'm going to be dead honest. I know you agree with me. I would take him all day over Lucas Niang at this point. I can't trust Lucas
I agree.
Niang.
Like I was saying, he's played with Trey Smith before, so they have a chemistry. They'll both be on the right side of the line here. So there's a very good chance you could see him on the field this year. I think he'll be okay. I think it'll be a good pick. I think it's solid.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take one more question, and then we're going to call it a day, Steve. We're going to save these last two picks for Saturday Night Live so we can all get on here and vent together or we can party together. I think that's going to be fun because we need something to liven this draft up. It's been kind of disappointing. It's not been a lot of excitement for Chief fans. It's been a lot of trading, and then we're like, oh, good job, Veach. But okay, so we're going to save these last two picks. We're going to get back on here tonight and talk. It's going to be at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. So be back Saturday Night Live, all chiefed up, together again. We're going to talk about round 6, round 7, and we're going to recap the entire draft. And everybody go get you a food break, drink some beer, go have some tacos. That's what me and Steve are going to do. We're going to go have some Mexican food, and we're going to talk about this, but we'll answer one more question. Let me just pick it down the list. You know what? I'm going to go with Jan Fry because Jan Fry has been supporter since day one. She says, why hasn't Corey Trice, cornerback from Purdue, been picked? That's a good pick. That's a good question, Jan, because I like Corey Trice. The reason I would say is his medicals. He hurt his ACL. He tore his ACL last year or the year before. They may think that there's something there. He's a big, tall, long, lanky corner. Kind of looks like Julius Brents from K-State. I think he's good, man. I'd love to see the Chiefs pick him up next round, possibly. Maybe this round. Maybe round 6. Maybe we get one. But
yeah. Well, he was projected in the 4th or 5th round, so he hasn't fallen like too hard. But yeah, I'm with you, Jan. I feel like he should have probably come off the board already. He's just rare size and length for a corner, man.
Right.
I mean, this guy's 6'3", 206. He's long. I mean, yeah. I don't know. I would go with Mike. I'd probably say it's the medical more than anything.
Yep. Okay.
Because I think it's what.
Oh, I was just gonna say.
Just cutting me off. Mike's ready to eat.
I was gonna say
he don't want me to even finish.
Well, Chris Wright says this draft lacks sizzle, but you know what doesn't lack sizzle, Steve? My fajitas I'm getting ready to eat at Mexican. That's gonna be sizzling, baby. And we appreciate you guys being here, man. We stayed at almost 100 people the whole time. That's pretty sick, dude. There's a lot of competition out here, but you guys stuck with us. We love you guys. We'll be back tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. We're all going to talk about the Chiefs' last two picks. We're going to run down the whole draft, and hopefully something awesome happens. And maybe we get D-Hop for the 6th round pick, you know? Steve, don't do it to us. I'm leaving. Okay, you guys be good. We'll see you guys tonight. Y'all have a good one, man. Go get you something to eat. Take a break. Peace out.
See you guys.